Did you steal Plantmade from the founders and the owners?
There was two statements, right?
There was their statement and ours.
But I feel like there was something else happened on one of the social media accounts that got deleted.
It got archived.
Tony!
Let's not go there first.
I'm at a meeting with a very senior advertising executive and we're talking, I go to the bathroom. My phone is just, what's going on? My friends are like, you should probably check IG.
Everyone was thinking, who is it that's taking it?
Business is hard for everybody. I wake up in this business many days and be like, how? Who sent me? Because no one sent me. No one actually sent me. I feel like some people kick ball, some people rap. I see doing deals, building businesses as my championship ring. If it's me or you head to head, I'm not folding first.
Are you challenging me? You wanna go, bro?
I will lie, I'll lose. It's been a long time.
Week with us, you're ending the week with us, and it's the same manager. You haven't managed to get them fired yet. So you might as well invite them to your July barbecue and make them be on their best behavior for the rest of the year. That's how you're gonna get through it all, man. You've passed probation. You're in the end zone. You can almost do what you want, man. Soon you'll be part of the furniture. That takes about 2-3 years these days. It used to be about 5 to 7 back in the day, but don't worry, you're in there. But speaking of barbecues, we're switching it up this one, man. Usually we do judge a book by its cover. We're gonna do the barbecue one again. We're gonna run the barbecue one. So I'm gonna need to hand out some whiteboards and some marker pens. You've got one down beside you.
Thank you.
Because we've cracked open the black label, the Johnny Walker. So we you might as well have this at your barbecue this year.
Can I get a board, please?
You got one down there.
Oh, cheers.
That's not a paid ad as well. So you may have seen this once or twice already on the show. What I'm gonna do is read out a couple different names, and it's you guys' job to pick who your celebrity guest list is for your barbecue. So it's one person versus the other. That's round 1, then round 2, then round 3. Whilst we're doing that, click subscribe. Boom, the first 2 names I'm gonna say to you are Will Smith and Margot Robbie. So who's coming to your cookout? You can only bring one.
Is this pre or post slap?
Post slap, yeah.
It's a different Will Smith. It's a different Will Smith. Ooh. So Will Smith or Margot Robbie. Remember, if you haven't pressed subscribe, you can at least play along at home. So, pick who you're picking and press enter in the comments. Next is R9 or Glorilla.
Oh, come on.
It's easy, yeah?
Let's grow up.
She got a beautiful spirit.
That's tough.
She got a beautiful spirit.
It depends on what you want people to say about this event. Do you get what I'm saying? It depends. You want people to say, oh my God, C9. Did you say R9 or CR?
R9.
R9. Oh, shit. Nah.
Yeah, but
make sure he has the haircut too.
Glorilla's literally said, come with the haircut.
If he comes with the haircut, I swear.
Third round, round 3. Robert Downey Jr. or Halle Berry?
Oh, come on. Ooh.
That's Iron Man.
Iron Man, Tony Stark. That's my nickname, Tony Stark.
It's not easy.
Come on, man.
Iron Man or Halle Berry?
Oh, man. I've chosen.
What's that film you like? Monsters Ball?
Who's filmed that? Who likes
what?
Who's filmed? I can't. Anyway.
I ain't watched it.
Prime Halle Berry.
I ain't watched it either. But I've
about?
seen the scene.
I've seen the scene.
I've seen the scene.
I don't know what we're talking about there.
I haven't seen it. I've heard about the scene. So round 3 was Robert Downey Jr. or Halle Berry. Round 4 is Tyson Fury or Davido.
Come on, man.
Someone should shout at me. Somebody should shout at me.
They both like to shout to me.
Round 5, sorry, is tough in my opinion. Is Sandra Bullock or Dangote?
Oh, come on.
What's tough?
It's a miscongeniality.
What's tough about that one, man?
I need a little allocation at the refinery.
Is that what man's thinking? Is that what man?
Trying to get a little distribution going.
Yeah.
Trying to make some plays at the barbecue.
You know what? Man got his plate out first. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll prostrate flat.
Straight.
The wedding ones. When you're trying to get married.
His plate is coming first. No one better queue for nothing. Danny go take first. Say no more. Guys, you know, whilst we go through the answers, make sure you've clicked subscribe. We're en route to 150k subscribers still. But we didn't hit the target last year. But it's okay. It's still 2026. There's time, man. We ain't going nowhere. Neither are you. Alright, let's go for it. Let's go for it. Let me know, guys. Who did you pick? Will Smith or Margot Robbie? We'll start with Dennis.
I picked Will Smith.
Yeah.
I just thought it's Will Smith, man. Margot Robbie is.
Yeah.
I can't pick her over Will, regardless of what he's done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You feel the same?
I just feel like there's mastery, man. Depth of the catalogue.
Yeah.
It's got to be Will Smith. And like so many different arenas and spheres of dominance. So yeah, Will Smith.
Yeah, it has to be Will, man. Because of what's happened to him.
Also that. So we can talk about it at the barbecue.
I think it's going to be looking at you like, when are you going to tell us what happened and why you felt that way? I don't care if you said it before. Tell us that at the barbecue. Yeah.
So did everyone pick R9 over Glorilla?
I picked Glorilla.
I picked Glow as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was going for synergy in my barbecue. Like, what's R9 doing there? The
I
guy
don't
speaks
care if
Portuguese,
he can't
bro.
speak a word of English. That's R9, bro. He can have his own section.
You got hold of
in the barbecue, bro.
You know what? And also, everyone's just going to be lining up for pictures.
Yeah.
I want it to be a kickback, chill vibes. I don't want to be stuttering at my own barbecue.
Yeah.
Glow gonna be in the middle with 2 bottles.
The music.
The music.
Say no more. What did we go for? Robert Downey Jr. or Halle Berry?
Halle Berry.
Halle, man.
You're on my page as well.
Yeah,
Halle, man.
Clean sweep for Halle.
Oh, it's got to be, man.
I don't think there's anything more to say, really.
No Iron Man.
I don't feel like he would be lit.
Do you know what? I
Again.
feel like he's seen ups and downs, though.
He has.
he
He's
has.
seen
He
a lot.
has.
He been in
seen a
prison,
lot.
no?
Yeah,
Yeah, like
Oh, yeah.
sobriety. I feel like it'd be a great
Yeah.
conversation, inspirational. But I just feel like, Halle Berry is.
And also, because I've
Halle's
already got
lit still.
Will and Glow,
Yeah.
Robert is kind of like,
That's, yeah.
get Halle there, man. It works here.
Yeah.
Also, I want to see the interaction between Glow and Halle Berry. That could be generational.
They'll
That
start
could
kissing.
be.
They'll start kissing.
You are horny, man.
I don't know how we got here, but
He's dreaming. That's how you got here.
Tyson Fury or Davido?
How much I get? 30 billion, that's straight.
Clean sweep for Davido as well.
yeah, man, you gotta give them the
Clean,
cap.
man.
Yeah.
Say no more. Is it a clean sweep for Dangote too?
100%,
Clean.
bro.
Him and Davido can have their corner.
Yeah.
They'll be comfortable, Uncle and Davido. You know what I'm saying? You just get, Uncle, yeah.
It's lit. Still good party.
Aye, that's a great party.
Let me
still.
get the whiteboard. and
If
pen
I
for
ever
you.
went anywhere and I saw all these people in the room, I'd assume I'm in Illuminati. Then.
Nah, facts. Especially if
I made
R9's
it,
there.
bro.
If R9's there, you're definitely Illuminati, bro.
I've
Definitely.
made it.
Say-
Have you guys got to the age where when you ask kids how they are, they say fine?
Not yet, you know. But at church, kids will be like, "Hello, uncle." I'm like, "Yo,
Uncle's crazy.
uncle is crazy. I just turned 27. Uncle is wild." But
You
yeah,
trying to
they still-
increase your price still?
No,
No one asks
even.
your age.
Nobody
No,
asked him!
You were wondering.
Nobody asked him. Man set
But
himself up to
But
tell
I haven't
himself
got-
his age.
I haven't got the fine yet, but I am at the age where, like, people ask me things and I'll just say churchisms. Like I found, like someone's like, "Oh, how are you doing?" I was like, "I'm good by God's grace." I said, "Yo, I'm
Oh,
old."
yeah.
Oh, my
Or
God.
is well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you want to be honest, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
let's see where they're at. It's just rough out here.
I was my dad house business. He said, "Oh, we thank God. God will provide." That's what I know.
God
It's
will
tough out
provide.
there.
Yeah.
It's tough out there.
My mum will tell me everything. Yeah, the chickens just made more chickens. The fish are in the pond. Freaking Rev, how's the money going?
Yeah. They never get to the
money.
real crux of what's
Telling
going
me
on.
the chickens laid
Yeah.
eggs.
We're being productive.
Yeah.
What's the balance sheet?
You know?
What's
Have you
going
sold
on?
any of these
Nah,
eggs,
but-
man?
Have you sold them?
I've seen my mum's balance sheets, yeah. This woman is still pen and paper in it, boy.
Nah, they be
There
like that,
is
man.
bare digits on the page. I don't know because she don't draw lines.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's going on, basically.
My OG still do everything by check.
Yeah.
By check.
Nah.
But you can scan them
you
now,
can
isn't
scan
it?
them.
Yeah.
No, like as in,
Oh.
like the family in Nige, even if it's 10 naira, check. and he's got to sign it.
They don't want you to wait.
I want you to wait.
They don't want you to have this money immediately.
I want to be able to change my mind on whether I want to give this money
know
to
what I
you.
mean? Yeah.
I'll close my whole account before you get that money.
Move the cash immediately.
People are mean, boy. Say no more. Let's do an early introduction so they know who we got in the building.
Yes,
man.
indeed. Night Baby Show. My name is Temi Alchemy.
I'm Fred Santana.
Got a shoot in the house.
Yeah.
Got a new black magics all over the place, shooting us clean. You know what I mean? 4 square, 5 square, all them joints are going on because the shooter's here. They got overseas, underseas on God and them with him and God. It's my nigga VP in the cut. That's a scary side.
Yo.
And we got an entrepreneur in the place, a very interesting entrepreneur that we're gonna find a lot. We're gonna find out a lot about because we need closure. Today we need closure.
If that's the word.
Me too, I need closure.
Yes. But we got Big Toni in the place. Toni Fola-Alade.
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 No, like even at the passport office they be doing that. Don't worry.
Yeah. Well, thank you for coming, brother.
Coming, man.
Really.
So it's a double A.
It's double barrel, isn't it?
Fola-Alade.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, your parents, they were fighting. That's what a double barrel means.
Yeah.
We had to meet in the middle.
You know what? It's a funny story. So it wasn't my parents. It was Alade is just like a very generic Yoruba surname. It just means it just means owner of the crown.
Right.
And then so my grandfather had Fola, his name, added just to distinguish from everybody else.
Right.
So it was actually my gramps that did it. It wasn't my parents.
Okay.
That's cold.
Yeah.
That's a bad people just walking around with Alade.
He was thinking of SEO from there.
You said we need that brand recognition. Said I didn't do all of this graph for you, man, to share the shine.
There's all this Alade's coming out, bro.
That is crazy. That's crazy.
But,
Toni.
Yes, sir.
Let's not go there first.
We're not gonna go there. We're not gonna go there yet.
So where are you from?
Ooh, it's a good question. I ask myself that often.
Because we bet £20 earlier. That,
Is it?
Good bet.
Yeah, before you.
Why didn't you put me in on the bet?
You went
You
outside.
went to go grab him.
You lot didn't want to put me in on the bet.
Well, they didn't want you to hit the
met
parlay.
him, though.
Yeah, you
You've
get
met
that
him.
as
They
well.
wouldn't
You
take the
wouldn't have had us.
Yeah.
We was betting if you was Bush.
Ooh. Well, because of the name.
Nah, just because of like we just
yeah.
heard you was Nigerian.
Not because of the name.
You're just Nigerian. So I said, you think he's gonna be Bush? Like he's like from there.
No,
Like.
I can give you that. Like I lived in, I could give you that if you need be. I learned how to fight for my life. But no, I was born and raised in London. So
Okay.
my dad can give you the story on the Bush side. Not that he's Bush, but he came here in the mid-90s. And I love like an amazing story. Just had one green jacket. They didn't even have the suit trousers. They had coalesced. They'd retired. Moved to Custom House rather, Canning Town sides, and he trained as a doctor in Niger, and then came here as a missionary. So,
Well, like Jesus.
yeah.
What? He did reverse.
Yeah.
I swear. Because normally they go to Nigeria and all that kind of stuff to do that.
Came here, started ministry with 6 people and 250
That's cold. I
pounds.
had ministry. Was there ministry people come to my house often? They were cold guys, man.
They're not Jehovah. He's not Jehovah's Witness.
Nah,
these
were like, they're not Jehovah's Witness, but they were cold guys. Like, we let them in and that.
Yeah.
You know, like that. Like, man.
Self-worship.
Yeah,
I might need them on my sales team.
They was mad cool. Like, yeah.
Hey, door to door. Door to door. We need to go back.
They was mad cool. Turned up.
Avon.
Cool. I like those guys. I wish I could. My mum would know their names. I'm gonna say, what's the guy's names again? Find him on LinkedIn.
Yeah, so my mum went to school here, so she spent a lot of her life here, but she's also Nigerian. And then my dad came here in like his mid-20s after medical school. Started like a small business and also was heavily involved in church. And then I was born in like Ilford sides of East London, and then born and raised in Essex. So East London, Essex axis has been the majority of my life. Yeah.
And then ports.
Yeah. And then you spent time in Nigeria, you said.
Yeah, I moved to Nigeria when I was 22. So right after finishing uni.
Oh, so your decision to just
Yeah,
go
I
and
started we can get into it later, but we raised funding for my first company. It was a tech startup, and lots of people were like, why would you finish Cambridge and like move to Nige for your first job?
You went Cambridge.
Yeah. I mean, we can get into all of that later.
Of course we will.
But yeah, I ended up. So that's why I said like
Even before Stormzy was sending people to.
No, so I was on the board of the founding selection board of the Stormzy Scholarship. So when they launched that, I was ACS president at the time, and then we coordinated the whole
ACS
launch
in
and
Cambridge.
and that. So yeah, so uni was an eventful time.
That's crazy.
Come and see what people are doing with ACS in Cambridge, deciding who can come to the uni. ACS in Kent, we were just raving, bro. All we wanted was some jerk chicken, bro, and some jollof rice and a party, bro. That's all we wanted. And talking about we got 2 bills budget. The man is deciding who's coming to Cambridge, bro.
We're trying to book Naira Marley and who can come here next year. We don't care.
Wow.
Oh, shit. It's so different.
So I had to learn the Bush accent because it's funny in Nige, like even I like to think that I'm a son of the soil, I've become one, but even if I'm in full trad, full like brother, and I'm walking with confidence on the street, as I'm walking, guys will still shout, Yankee, British God. And I'm like, brother, I haven't even spoken.
Like,
how do you know from my face, bro? Like, I'm not from here.
You know what's so funny?
Yeah, man.
I found out my mum ain't even built like that no more.
I swear.
I found out at her house the other day. She come back from Nigeria. She was there for like a month and a half. Said she linked up with your mum as well, to be fair. So she comes and I was talking about, when I got bumped when I went Nigeria because they heard my accent. Cousins Taylor started bumping me, all this kind of stuff. I managed to get the money back. No, in fact, I gave it to him, but I said, I just want you to acknowledge, I know you bumped me, I'm not a mug, but I'm giving it to you because I've come here with pounds, I've got a stronger currency. So I don't,
balling.
You don't understand, you did me a solid, but I want to let you know, right? So I'm telling him that, and then my mum was like, you know what, even when I'm going to the market, to be fair, I let my sister talk and I just stand there, I'm silent. I was like, I didn't think they'll treat you like that. She was like, they'll know.
They'll know, man.
They'll know, like, it's in your skin, you can see.
It's not even, there's something that you just
carry
use,
I
don't know what it is, but
You
they
got
can
to be able
tell,
to
man.
spot a mark, man.
Bro.
Told you.
She said, I'll be silent. I said, I thought you could at least.
She's been there too long,
Been
man.
there too long.
They're up.
Too long.
So, what like kind of, did you go private schools like before like Cambridge Uni? Was you private schooled or?
Yeah, so for me, my parents really made immense sacrifices, and I always have to say everything that I have has been due to the foundations that I saw them lay. So they really made, as I said, immense sacrifices. So myself and my brother, we went to private primary school in our area, and then my brother went to grammar school, and then I went to an all-boys boarding school on a scholarship. So my educational pathway was different to most.
Would you get a
But
scholarship?
Yes, that was a good question,
It was an academic scholarship.
Okay.
Oh, it's just smart.
I work hard in God's grace, I guess.
This is why you're not beating the charges. Uncle, he said we work hard in God's grace.
Yeah.
That's smart. That's cold. That's
Do you know
cold.
what it was? I think I'm someone that like loves to apply the cheat codes to life. So I always love to think about what is the most efficient way of getting something done. So I was never known for being like, I wasn't someone who was like in my books all the time. I was probably someone more busting, joking, class, etc. But in terms of being able to lock in when I needed to lock in, that's something I do. But the rest of the time I was just playing sports and enjoying life, to be honest.
I had to lock in.
But
I had them talks. If you don't lock in, bro,
Finish, man.
you're going to Nigeria, bro. If you don't, bro.
Science was tough.
Yeah, science was rough.
But I think it's really interesting because so much of my life, and even when I did get to uni, is like, I think I've been blessed to have the experience that I think a lot of us are working for now, which is that my parents made a lot of sacrifices and they didn't have everything in the world. As I said, they're in ministry, but they were able to say they felt like education is the one thing. Like, we have no money to give you, you're not getting anything, but what we'll do is front load it and give you guys the best education and the best access that you can have. And I think that's something that like is really exciting now that I'm seeing my friends beginning to get married, beginning to have kids, is they're like, oh, that's what we want to do for our kids, and like seeing what your parents were able to do for you is kind of inspiring for them. So I think for me, it wasn't like I had the craziest upbringing, but my parents just really loved education.
120k on school or 40k on a wedding. What would you spend?
Like the wedding, it has to be the education. I think even so much of what I've done has been because of the network. And I would say like school is not so much about the education because, as I said, my little brother went to grammar schools before he joined me at school, and they got better grades than we did. And there's a lot of guys I know, humbly, like I used to do their homework for them and collect a little check to do it. So they weren't, the schooling was not what made the difference for them in terms of the quality of the education, but it's just the amount of access that you get, the exposure and the network. So 100% I would choose every day. I mean, everybody that's coming to my wedding, I already know them. So I don't know why I'm the 40 bags to like turn up with people I already know.
Yeah.
Let my kids hold that. I think like it's the thing I'm most appreciative of, and I think it's the best investment you can make.
Yeah, I thought
if your kid isn't useless.
If your kid isn't useless.
That too.
There's also some kids like I don't think education is like I don't think pressure cooker education is for everybody. So I think there are people who are like my brother's in music now, even despite him, like my little brother went to Oxford, but then he's in music now and he doesn't use this degree. So like I have amazing friends in the trades, apprenticeships, creative industry. So I think it's about like 120K investing in whatever my child's gifting and passion is. And if that's like a creative, maybe they want to go to a regular school, but then I put them in a creative expression or whatever. That's me.
He said,
Yeah.
what, you wouldn't fund the creative dream?
What?
We're not with 120K.
If I funded 120K for something, educational, and you want to go and do music for free,
Yeah,
you owe me money.
No, I hear it. You could have picked up that camp for free. We could have got you a Black Magic. We could have got you a Sony A9. We could have got you something. You didn't have to go and go through that expensive experience.
He said, hold the 5 bags for the camera.
Yeah.
I'll go buy a couple Pateks.
I could have been on holiday with your mum shagging. Instead,
You could have had a sibling if you was fucking smart, bro.
crazy.
I did think recently, like, you know, because of course if you're going to private school, and your parents have made sacrifice, not to say, oh, your parents had no money, but it's very clear they said, this is what we're going to put as a priority. Would you rather be not the brokest, but let's say the person in private school that doesn't have it,
Brother.
or, well, the person in private school that doesn't have it, and you might be alienated a bit because you're the only one that's like that, or would you rather them fit in somewhere where they can still thrive in a public school, but you know, you haven't got that network?
I think it's just, again, I can only speak for who I am and my experience. I'm someone who I adapt to any environment that I'm in, and I want to win. I want to be the best that I can be. So for me, transitioning into boarding school was really difficult. Because I'd never lived away from home, and I was one of the few black boys there. I sounded like an East Londoner. I sounded like an Essex boy. And what I knew was Stratford, West Ham, and I knew Essex. So then come into that environment where there's dukes and duchesses' sons and Saudi princes and stuff. Like the first few years was really difficult. But it's also what has given me, I guess, the cultural capital to do what I do now and to move in every room. So there's no room that I'm uncomfortable in. But I think that's because my personality is like, if it's me or you head to head, I'm not folding first. After a year or two, I left school with the utmost respect, I'd like to think, from all of my peers because I adapted. And there's also kids that I saw that they crumbled under the pressure. So I think it's just down to how you're built. And so for certain people, it's like they like to be the hometown hero and to be the big fish in a small pond. And I'd rather you throw me in the deep end and I'll find out if I can swim.
What's the sort of pressures though? Like from, is it like other kids are kind of judging you, or like?
I don't know if you ever read the book Lord of the Flies, like as part of like, the concept. Like I just think you throw 800 13 to 18-year-old boys into a boarding school environment with practically zero adult supervision, really. Like, and then you're gonna find out who's who. There's a pecking order that's gonna
it will just establish itself.
Anything that anyone
natural selection.
Genuinely. So if you can ascend that dominance hierarchy, then you're fine. If you're at the bottom of it's a long day, and I genuinely wouldn't wish that on certain people's kids. Or depending on how you're built, but I think for me it was great at exposure into, this is how the other half live. This is how certain stratas of society works. And there's certain parts of it that I don't like, and I'm working actively with the things that I do to change. And there's certain parts that have, as I said, allowed me to do what I do. And I think that's really where my activism started, because I started in ACS when I was at school. So we weren't allowed to wear we had rules where it was like you couldn't have your hair too short. So if I wasn't a person of color and my hair was this short, you wouldn't be allowed it because it would be like a buzz cut and all of the associations that come with that.
right.
But then you're also not allowed your hair too long. So like if you had locks or dreads or a big afro, that was also problematic. So at 15, 16, I was like, that makes no sense. Like our culture is distinct from the rules. This school, like, so I went to the school that Winston Churchill and a bunch of other people went to. So it's like, this institution was not built for people like me. Like Europe hadn't even made contact with Africa when you started this place. So this rule book needs to reflect my people. And surprisingly, like it was a whole like situation, but we were able to get them to change the rules. We were able to get them to even fund jollof rice nights and stuff when we were 15, 16. Yeah, we were enjoying at that age. So again, I think like for me, it was
We've
just
been
an
there, to
opportunity.
be fair. So I can say that they're carrying they're definitely like carrying the torch for sure. Like the torch has been passed on.
So for me, it was just an opportunity to say, okay, cool, like this is the game and other coaches get to play the game at the highest level. And why can't I or why can't we do that? And so that's why for me, I can only speak for myself, I would never trade where I had the opportunity to go to via my parents' sacrifices because I wanted to make a point and to prove that I could be amongst the best there and I could be the top and I could be a leader and I could.
But I think you benefited from the hierarchy structure though. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, you kind of wanted to, you said you're working to kind of get rid of that.
No, I think it's not the hierarchy per se. I think there is an elitism that comes and I think every group has it, right? So even within our culture and within our scene, there's certain things you do and you don't do, and like, do we greet? Like, I always think it's weird at certain social events, even in the creative industries, about like, are we greeting so and so or not? It's like, it's weird to me. But I think every social group has that. So it's not like removing that. I just think there's certain elements of tradition that were toxic. And I think there's certain bits that were really, really helpful for a 13, 14, 15-year-old to go through and to learn the respect for your elders, to learn there's a way to do things, there's a way to turn up. But yeah, there was a thing where like sixth formers, you don't look them in the eye. Imagine Nige would in school, but then in a upper class British context. It was a very weird environment as someone like us to come into.
It would be, obviously you got to experience it, it would be nice to experience it, but I'm just thinking it kind of like gives villain arc stories. If you feel like at that point in your life,
put a chip on my shoulder.
Yeah,
for sure.
they didn't F with you, and you said, I'm gonna show you.
Show them.
Type ish. Like if there was none of that, some people would everyone would just be
going through life,
just going through it. Like I don't even need to get up. What's up there look like? I need to see what up there look like. So that gives like a motivation, a fire in some people to be like, I'm gonna get there.
But I think the most beautiful thing for me was to realize that up there doesn't have two heads. Do you know what I mean? Like,
what your parents used to say to you.
Yeah, no, genuinely, like up there doesn't have two heads. Like they have their own code, they have their own way of maneuvering. But I always like, it's something that I'm really passionate about, and like I do with mentoring a lot of young boys and whatnot. But it's like, I feel like anybody from our community with their hustle, with their street smarts, with their adaptability, like the hunger, if taught how to move certain ways, if that's what they want, can absolutely dominate and compete and contribute. Because there's a lot of complacency and a lot of, how do I put it? Just lack of innovation up there. But yeah, they don't have, the upper class of society don't have two heads. We just create structures that keep people out of it. Versus I think when you get to see inside and understand it, it's like, oh, like they're not doing anything magical here. It's just that we need people who can translate the gaps and create that access for everybody to play wherever they want to play.
Yeah, especially the family aspect. If you got someone that is the son of a duke or something like that, naturally they're just going to assume the position of, I'm above all of you lot. I'm the top guy. Was that how it translated to the hierarchy as well within the school? Like, did you see that people that had, let's say, the most money or the
biggest title
and lineage, did they assume that position of that's the top dog?
Do you know what? I think that's the most beautiful thing about it is you've got to remember, like, the logic everywhere is the same. Like, I don't know where you guys went to school, but 13 to 18-year-old boys are going to be 13 to 18-year-old boys. Your daddy is so-and-so, your daddy is governor there, your dad is president there, your dad started that billion-dollar company. At the end of the day, like, most people there had bread. So the money didn't move them too much. If we were going out, and someone was dropping,
No, but I know what you're saying.
No, wait. I'm landing to the point. I'm saying
He said I'm landing to the point.
The point is coming. if you go to someone's house, you're like, wow, this is incredible. At the end of the day, it's like, it came down to, are you good at sports? Are you charismatic? Are you a leader? Are you someone that's responding? And the thing is no matter, I'll tell like there is a store that everybody here will know and have bought something from, and the son of the founder was my little brother's roommate. So I have a really good relationship with them and their family, and like the way people would rip into this guy and be like, oh, like your mum's only with your dad because he has bread.
Oh,
like,
that's your mum jokes.
Yeah, like it's not.
Nah, your mum's a gold digger. That's so different.
But what I'm saying is,
over here, just suck your mum.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is,
Because your mum ain't shit. Nah,
but what I'm
Your mum's
saying
on
is,
drugs.
it's genuinely anybody can get it. And they're not gonna stop till you cry or until you show you can chest it. So it's not a situation of, it was as I said, you live with these guys 3 weeks at a time. And then you go home for 1 weekend and you come back 3 weeks. So if you're holding licks for 3 weeks, there's no crying to mummy. Mummy's not gonna see it till you get home in 3 weeks' time. So I used to call it a very privileged prison. Think about the dynamics that males would tend to do when they're testing who's stronger or weaker. It's just kind of how it was.
That's why it's peak for you. Obviously these kids like today where like their mum does something silly online.
Go to school the next day.
Finished in school.
Yeah.
These celebrity mums or these, your hair doing madnesses, your kid sees it, their school friends see it. Teased.
And even then, like, at the end of the day, you forget teachers are human as well. So like, if a teacher doesn't like your mum or dad, they might treat your child a bit mad. So like, my daughter's actually said, oh, like, Miss this, that, said she knows you, like she knows you, like she knows what my dad does. So she said
It's lit
that.
still. It's lit still.
See, it's kind of lit.
Sounds good, innit?
Sounds good. But I'm there like, oh yeah, and I know which one it is. There's actually like a black teacher or whatever. So, but she was kind of hyping my joint up. So the other teachers were like, what? Who's her dad then? You know what I mean? Who's her dad? Alright, man, I just had to get my daughter, man. But that works in my favor because we're cool or she likes what we do. But
If she
imagine,
didn't like what she
imagine that.
One bad
Year
take on the podcast.
Yeah,
She's
she's like, we
what?
couldn't wait to get you in this class. Can't wait to get you. You know what your dad said last week. You know what I'm saying? So that's also mad for the whole internet era. Like, you could do a madness online and teachers are human. They'll be like, your dad is a prick or your mum is
the
this.
game becomes rough when you have to be conscious of like who's listening.
Yes.
There's a period where you're like, I don't even know who's listening. And you go outside and these people start to tell you,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
listening.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Now you have to think about what you're saying. That
Who you work for? The tax people.
Yeah.
I ain't make nothing laugh.
I ain't nothing, bro.
Wherever you had.
I'm broke, baby.
I'm broke, baby.
I ain't got no money.
Jesus' name, man.
So uni then, what you finished? What did you graduate uni with?
A first.
Well done. Come on, Doug.
In politics with a minor in economics.
Okay. My cousin does that.
Minoring on
What, that
economics.
exact mixture as well?
Something like that. They do funny things, bruv. Politics, history, geography. Like, y'all just some smart kids, bro. They private schooled it, and then I always ask them what they want to be. It doesn't usually change, but I just hope that they. I don't know. I don't do what you want.
Yeah.
I'm not your parent.
Yeah. I'm not your dad, bro.
But like, cause they've been through it. Like where our one was free.
What free? What was free?
Our school.
Education.
Oh, sorry, I get what you mean. Sorry.
Yeah, ours was free.
I thought you were talking about university for a second. I was thinking, what?
Forget that, man. Ours was free, so we could go and do what we want. Where that's what I'm saying. Like where yours is paid is where I'm like, don't go and think you could do anything. You know?
And I think like mine would remind me. Like I even like I think this is also a really key thing in terms of how the whole story evolves. Is like I watched my parents send us to school on faith in God, as in like we genuinely. I wanted to go there, and my parents were like, my friend, do we look like we have the money for this? And they were like, do you know what? We genuinely think it's God's plan for you. We don't have the money. We're just gonna send you in faith. And my parents would tell us like, the bill for this term is due in 2 weeks. We don't have it. And at no point in the 7-year period did they ever miss a payment. And I watched them like let us know like you might not go back next term because we don't have it. And every single time God came through. And so I think for me it was also like school. The most important thing I learned from that is like if you're in alignment and you're doing it. Like God provides and continuously shows up.
Yeah.
And so I think that built my confidence and faith that I can make any move. Like as long as God is genuinely behind me, then I know that like provision will be there.
Do you think they borrowed the money?
No.
No. Wait, how do you
Have
think?
you asked them?
No, I genuinely asked them like anytime.
do it?
Look, genuinely, anytime they'd be like, like there was multiple times it got to deadline day, and someone would just remember and be like, remember that my dad blessed them or encouraged them 5 years ago, 10 years ago, just wired
In
a
the
couple-
church?
Church outside.
Mr.
Just encourage
Andrewski.
them. No, it wasn't that. no. So I mean, outside of that, like they.
Mega church.
He's dumb.
No, outside of that, I mean, genuinely. So, for example, they do all sorts of stuff, mentoring, community impact. They have their charity stuff. So it could have just been someone who's just like, I remembered a decade ago you did X, Y, Z. I just felt led to give you a gift, and it would be the exact amount that they needed to bridge our school fees.
You know what,
and it happened
yeah?
multiple times to the point
crazy.
where, for me, I was just like, all right, cool. It just gave me a crazy level of faith that if I make a move boldly and in alignment, that like the support is there.
I'm with you on that because, and I said it before, God needs to, I've been asking God to give it to me when I don't need it. Because,
No,
come on,
he's
it's good.
listening.
I'm just trying to
Okay, cool.
I'm trying to understand.
But yeah, because a lot of the time that's happened to me as well, where I'm like, oh my God, like how am I gonna afford this? Or something's coming out, I'm broke.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, I get the exact amount I need, or maybe like £100 more,
yeah.
and then I'm back to being like, okay, cool, back on the hustle.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, God, I appreciate everything you do for me.
Can you
when
do
I
it
need
earlier?
Can you do it when I don't need it?
Why do I have to
Pull out a
be
little-
on my knees? Like God's spinning plates and he's like, oh shoot, that's about to drop.
I
You're about to.
I think the reason it works like that though is because it's like continuous dependency. So like my name in Yoruba like is Toni, and it means like God is enough for me or God is sufficient for me. And I think like my natural instinct is to be like, yeah, I made that play. It's me.
Yeah.
And like recently,
Oh, that did me.
recently it's like, nah, I'm gonna let you sweat till the last minute and give you just enough. Just as a constant reminder, like always, I can't say at this point that anything has been me. Like it's the grace of God and it's the investment of the people.
I'm in
ahead of me.
trouble, man.
What you been thinking?
God ain't tested me in a while, man.
Yeah, sorry, it might
I'm
be
thinking
large.
the big one's coming.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
It's scary when it
Yeah,
gets like that.
it is.
So-
When everything's a bit too good, you've been like, we're a bit too rosy.
I'm in trouble.
But sometimes it's like that. Or sometimes it might even be just the fact that you're fighting to get to the next level and that's your struggle.
Yeah.
It might not be that, God's going to take everything away from you.
I'm too comfortable.
think it works like that.
He's gonna make me uncomfortable in a minute.
Yeah,
still. He's gonna mash me
I've
up.
been thinking that. I prayed that recently. I was like, God, don't let me feel like it's me that is doing this, because that's where, and that's how the car got taken.
Yeah.
That's how everything happened to me. Get a new car, whatever. But I prayed that. I said, don't let me ever feel like it's me.
So what was the ends like? Cause was there a few of you that was able to go private school from the area, or was it just you?
Yeah, because I wanted to ask, because you said you asked them to go to school.
Yeah.
Why was that?
I think I've just always wanted, as I said, I think I've always had a desire to contribute. I wanted to always push. I've just always been like that since I was a kid. And even on the business front, like I started my first business when I was 6. So
Doing what?
What was your business?
my business, do you know what? I feel like I like to think like it's the deluxe version of what everybody does. So everybody obviously like will sell chocolate bars or whatever at school, or Coke cans or whatever. But I would do it anywhere that was available. I would do it I was trapping in school, trapping in church, wherever, on the street outside our house. But I was 6, so I would first like get my little brother as well to bake with me. So we'd bake snacks, we'd make
you'd make it
lemonade,
yourself?
we'd make it ourselves. Then I learned about profit margin optimization. I was like, Costco.
At 6?
At
It's
6.
crazy, bro.
I was a customer.
Yeah.
Oh, all day.
I line up round the block for
All
whatever.
day.
it is.
All day. I'll be
Profit
there.
margin
Let me have 2.
optimization.
Yeah, genuinely. So I was making like £20 or £25 profit a week when I was like 6. And
So
then
wow.
and then I have it like whenever I like, because business is tough and we'll get into that, but whenever I think like I'm not built for this, like this is crazy, I should quit. Like my aunt showed me something literally last year. Like I saw her equity in my business when I was 8. Like I wrote a contract, signed it, And so I look at my phone and I look at that picture and like, you've been doing this for almost 20 years. This is you.
That's cold. What do you mean you sound like? What did the contract say?
Like, literally, I can show it to you. I can show it in live.
Yeah,
like
that's
I generally have a folder.
in perpetuity.
Yeah.
Had that word in there for
That is one of my favorite words, but I always start at perpetuity. I can't lie.
Hey, bro, that's a dangerous word.
I am very fascinated by that.
Yeah, bro.
What the hell?
But you know something like,
let's say
like the mechanic, you know, like everyone have bikes, like the mechanic, that's a businessman.
It's true. There's certain man
that guy that had the repair toolkit, he invested in that.
Right.
But he did it for free.
Yeah, it's true. Well, the guy on my block charged.
Okay, fair enough.
He was fixing punches for free.
15th of June 2007.
Yeah, pen and paper.
15th of June 2007. I fumbled though. I sold 10%. I said 10% for £10. It was worth about a bag. If I calculate it.
This here by amount.
Yeah, no, genuinely.
Swear.
I was like 8.5.
So this is from
I've just
your
always loved the game.
Private primary school education. Is that how you
nothing
learn?
to
So
do.
how did you learn this stuff?
Again, I think like I come from a family. I said small business. So my dad had a small like publishing firm, like graphic design, flyers, that kind of stuff. So we'd always watch, like my mum had been a lawyer and then an estate agent. So like we'd always go and go to the site, construction sites, look at houses being built. Like, I think that's again something I was always grateful for, is that like they didn't keep us away from anything. Like I got to hear numbers being talked about. I got to see them negotiate. I got to
remember what I was saying the other day.
So
tell them 1 mil, yeah?
Yeah.
Make it 1.5.
Yeah.
Click.
So after school, most of the time we would go to like the little graphic design studio and content studio that my dad would have in Silvertown. So it's actually right by where LA Lounge is now. And yeah, I just
The debauchery.
Them uncles are
Sodom and Gomorrah.
I mean, that's not my, but best of luck to everyone that goes. But yeah, I just like got to see business happen at a small local scale, as I said, in East London. So for me, it was natural to be like, and then again, like we were never really given an allowance. It's like, if you want something, go get it. Like we'll set up a piggy bank for you, go and make money. So for me, it was always just like, I loved it. My little brother didn't, he's not like that, he's a creative. But I loved the fact that I could take an idea, make it a reality, like the persuasion, the selling to people. And so yeah, for me, it was just always, that was my sport. Like, I feel like some people kick ball, some people rap. Like, I see like doing deals, building businesses as like my championship rings.
That's cool.
So I'm trying to get the Ballon d'Or in that. And then share as much of it with the community as I can.
Nice.
I hear that not everybody is built that way, but I think it's important to expose children to it, to at least see if they're on it. Same thing like football, you might be like, all right, play football, or you might just try and expose your children to things, but that is a key, because no matter what, whether they're in sports or whatever, they can always get into business. Do you get what I'm saying? Even if they want to be a doctor, they can get into understanding how to run a practice. They could always be on that side. So that whole sense of what you're exposing your kids to from an early age is very key. Even if they're not clinging on to it, they might. You remember when you were 6 years old. Whereas sometimes you feel like right. Well, sometimes you feel like when you get older, or if you're telling your kids something now, they're not going to remember it. But you're imprinting stuff on them so early. So that's kind of spun me, to be fair.
And even like when you talk about imprinting kids, like even like basic things like integrity. Like you realize kids are always watching. So I'll never forget, we were in America one time and we were trying to buy something, and my dad was like trying to buy something, and the guy was like, he was negotiating, as always, we were watching him negotiate, and I loved those. And then someone was like, all right, cool, like I can't give you any more, but if you just say that you're a military veteran, we can give you the veterans discount, like 15% off. So me and my little brother were like, yeah, daddy, take it, 15% off. And my dad was like, nah, I'm not a military veteran, so I can't take a military veterans discount. And we were like, what do you mean? And he just didn't take it, and he's just like, I'll pay the price that we agreed and go. And me and my brother were looking at my dad like, look at this loser. Like, he left 15% on the table. But to this day, 20 years on, I've never forgot, like that's the only moment that I saw, but I was like, oh, that's what integrity looks like. And for the rest of my life, it's carried with me. And I think people forget that their kids are watching and people around them are watching, but that moment has stuck with me my whole life. And as integrity, it's just like, okay, to me, a man like keeps his word as best he can.
Let me
And not every time it's perfect, but like,
Of course,
integrity
yeah.
is.
Let me ask you guys about integrity, because I haven't even made my decision yet. So basically, I'm leaving my house, we got 2 cars. So in my wife's car, and we're driving, and she sees a note on my car. I'm thinking someone swore at me again. That
That's
that
what I was
I've
thinking.
parked funny. So she's pulled up, I've jumped out, got the note. Says, I've hit your car.
Wow, yeah.
Hit your car, sorry, call me. A pattern. So I've gone around the car, looked for the damage. I'm like, it's a minor. Cool, I've called him, said, hey, what's up? He said, yeah, I just bumped it, blah, blah, blah. Let me know how much it's gonna be, I'll send you the money, innit? So next day,
My neck is hurting.
I was in there. I was in the back. You didn't see me.
Insert the clip in the car beam, full neck brace.
Neck brace, bro.
Coming out of paid in full.
Hey, you know the soft neck brace. It's got reinforced plastic. Soft one.
See, integrity, cool. So he's bumped the car, so I've seen the note, boom, 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 called him. We've gone about our business, so I don't know if I've called him that day or the next day, but I've gone to get quotes with Josh. This is when I called you. I've gone to get quotes with my boy. I've just plucked, because you see when you're at, what do they call it? Garages.
Yeah.
Garages.
Garages.
You see when you're at the garage, yeah? You know they're doing you. So I'm like, saying
You call it garage music?
garage music.
I remember you said something about that.
Garage.
What do you call it? So we're at the garage, yeah? And like, you know they're doing you when you're like, what's the price?
Yeah.
What? If you see how long they take to give it, like his arm is like,
Yeah.
You have to do that to know the price.
You're making it up.
like that's why you
They're all
never
rogue.
Go,
They're
you
all
never
rogue.
go alone.
Nah.
You always take someone with you, because in their head they're like, what they're thinking, he brought someone. The person he's brought might know a thing or two about cars. £700.
Yeah.
That's what's going on in their head at the moment. So the first place I went, they said, between 700 and 1,000. They're
So
testing me.
is it 700 or is it 1,000?
Between. Depends on how much work we're gonna have to do.
I've told, because there's 2 damages on the car, the front and the back. The guy that left the note has only done the back damage. Cool. So,
Okay, now
I know where we're going.
So in my head, I've gone, I'm gonna tell that guy 400. So I've told, then I've gone to a next place, and I've got a quote from them. Same thing.
Yeah, look at it.
1,008. So
1,008?
Golly.
you know,
Disparity in figures is
Like,
crazy, bro.
So I've said, send it to me in writing,
Yeah.
because the guy wants it in writing. So, but I've already told him 400.
bills.
Yeah.
Then, so I've called him on the phone. He's like, I got a kid on the way.
Should have thought about that before you reversed into me, dog.
Before you left the note, bro.
Yeah.
You should have thought,
Why'd you leave me a number? You should have got away with
I
it.
got a kid. I said, don't worry about it, man. End of the month, no problem.
Nigga said, wait till you get paid. It's fine.
Yeah, it's come. I know what's happening. We just had Christmas.
Yeah.
January is 90 days.
Yeah. Fact.
It's cool. End of the month.
January's 90-day payment terms for everyone.
I'm not in a rush, no problem. So then, so I've told him the price, innit? So I've told him 400. He's like, okay, writing. So I've got the writing ones. I know one's that high and I know one's that low. So I'm saying, yeah, 400, no problem. He's like, can you get it? They've sent it as a total of the front and the back. So he said, can you get it split out, please? Split it out. The front is cheaper than the back. The back is 700. He lost his head when I sent him the screenshot. Should I do him? Or should I just say, 400 is cool, or take the 7?
No one sent you to tell him it's 400.
Yeah, that's what.
I don't know why you didn't get the
You always do this
What do
shit.
you mean I always do this?
No, you always do this. It pisses me off.
Bro, it's the same. Even when we get into this guy,
Ah,
this guy.
It's always him,
What should I
man.
do?
Do you know
400
what?
or 700?
Do you know what? Like, my thing is,
Charge him.
first of all,
Charge the client.
you wouldn't even have known you would have held that 700 by yourself if you
Yeah.
didn't leave his details.
Yeah.
Then number 2, like just take a touch.
Yeah, bro.
Get the quote
Yes.
first. Get the quote first.
Why don't you just
and then
spit it
bang
out?
it top right. Yeah. Once you got the quote, bang it top right.
Bro.
I didn't pay the full today.
He's done this before.
Yeah, you jumped the gun there. So I
Nah,
had to
you've
help
done me.
you.
You've done me. I've done something before
Go on.
with insurance, and you told me don't do it that way. Then you flipped the script.
But hold on. You're not in trouble though. I
want to be.
No. But you can switch. You can do this. What?
You haven't seen. Have you seen it? You ain't seen it. You ain't even see. You need to see it.
What,
You
the
done
damage?
me.
No.
what?
You're not done. You can switch.
Maneuver.
You can switch. You can move whenever you want. I had to, but you can move. Don't
Okay.
worry. You guys are
What
fine.
did I do?
So
scared now.
last time when you done, don't worry. It's all good. It's all good. But last time when you said you got into like a fender bender, you did the same thing.
What?
Because remember you said that the guy hit you, and then you said you saw the guy, and you felt sorry for him, and you was like, 150.
I've been hit 3 times.
Yeah, and then you said,
gotta make that
Mercedes
fair
or
point.
wherever he went to go and get the actual quote from, he's already taken the money from dude.
Yeah.
He doesn't even know how much it costs. So then when you've got the quote, I
Nah,
think,
the guy definitely didn't have a passport. He would have
right,
been
and
dipped.
that's fine.
Nah, he
Why
would've
don't
got
we need
dipped,
to have
man.
money?
He's got
Yeah.
kids,
I
man.
don't care, bro.
But so do you.
So do
bro.
you now. Mama talking about a kid on the way. I've got a kid. Want me to be driving in a damaged car because of you. But yeah, you're obviously you're very nice, which is nice.
empathy.
But at the same time, sometimes it's like, bro, if this is what it's gonna
It costs what
cost
it costs.
for me to fix the car, you should. But yeah, you definitely shouldn't be quoting man straight away. If he was nice enough to leave the number, and it was a hit and run, we can take a touch.
Oh, do you know what it is the fact that you jumped the gun and told my man 400 when man was doing.
Yeah.
You should have given him 400 first.
Yeah.
You said
Yeah,
the price.
yeah.
Global.
I've got 400.
Yeah, I
for
got
you.
400. That's all I can let you hold.
400 do it
But
today.
you're
I'm going to
telling
sign off.
400 to the wrong man.
No, you tell him, man, 400, I can sign it off myself.
Otherwise, I got to talk to the missus. She controls the finances.
But you know, I reckon what doesn't help yet is man's going to the garage and man is dressed too
I was
nice.
gonna say you
What?
got bummy too.
Do you haven't seen me blacked out of the past couple of weeks? I went there looking
Right.
like I was in Top Boy.
Right. I'm thinking,
hell?
come there with
Gloves.
paint on your hands,
Yeah. I went
there with
paint
gloves.
on your singlet,
Yeah.
and just be on a vibe. But look, I just need to pop in. How much you reckon? Dude will be like 2 bills.
Yeah.
2 bills.
Because the same way you're looking at my man saying, "Oh, he looks like he don't have a passport."
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need to look like you don't have a passport, bro.
Yeah.
I look like I ain't got shit. Say no more. I think about how much to tell the guy.
Yeah. Or you can be honest and say, look, I did quote that just
Yeah.
out of goodness of my heart kind of thing, but it's actually going to cost
what
this.
it costs.
Yeah.
This is what it's going to cost. I'm not bumping you. But yeah.
Ooh, should we
Yeah.
dive into some business?
Yeah. Yeah, let's dive in.
Let's start with the beginning. So
In the
obviously,
beginning.
not in the beginning, not the 6-year-old business. But
Yeah.
what was your first actual business?
So I'd say my first real project, right? My first real venture as opposed to business was my charity, my foundation actually. So in my second year of uni, when I was like 19, 20, co-founded a foundation called Do Good Africa. So we've executed about 42 social impact projects across the continent, deployed hundreds of thousands of pounds. We have some amazing people on the board. Mr. Easy's on the advisory board. Former President of Ghana. A couple of amazing people support the work that we do. The project I'm most proud of is we built a school.
Which former president of Ghana?
Pardon?
Which president of Ghana?
Don't worry.
Okay.
Shout out Stassy Banks.
That's a layered joke.
That's crazy.
Streets don't know.
Streets don't know.
That was a strong double, triple entendre there.
Yeah. I forget you're a fan. I forget you know what's going on still. That's hilarious.
Yeah, no, that's just more so out of respect for them, to be honest. But it's an amazing head state. He was president of the African Union, very certain individual. But yeah, our flagship project is our school in Makoko in Lagos. So I don't know if you've ever, when you go to Lagos, when you go over the third mainland bridge, you see a community of waterfront homes on stilts made out of wood.
That's like Venice.
Exactly, the Venice of Africa. So it's the largest informal settlement or slum, whatever you want to call it, in West Africa. So about 300,000 people live there. So we built a school in the back end of 2021. tell a lie, back in 2022. So educate 700 kids for free.
Wow.
And then we have an orphanage on the other side of the river that educates 300 orphans for free.
Wow.
So yeah, 1,000 kids all in that we fund and take care of, and I financed that with my partners and some donors ourselves. So I was 19, 20 when we started that, and that was the first real venture that I started, and it's still going today. Unfortunately, the state government demolished many parts of the community throughout the last week, and our school literally got demolished yesterday, which is heartbreaking.
They want to build stuff out there, really.
Yeah, I mean, I can't.
gentrification
It's politically sensitive, so I can't talk too much.
That's crazy.
But yeah, I wrote my whole dissertation, funny enough, about that at uni. So my dissertation was all about the politics and profit incentives behind how we treat the poorest communities in Lagos, with a case study focused on that. So yeah, it's heartbreaking. I'm super proud of what we've achieved over the last 3 years. You know, so many kids in that community have never been to secondary school. Many of them are now graduating and going to secondary school. And yeah, unfortunately, the school was deconstructed yesterday, which is heartbreaking. So much of yesterday, literally like bulldozed down.
Damn, sorry to hear that, man.
So yeah, so many of your favorite, like Wizkid would come and donate when Sway Lee, French Montana, whenever they'd come to Lagos, they would always come and visit our school. But yeah, that was the first thing I did, was to build our non-profit, which is
Is
going
that
on 7
where,
years old.
I know Kai Sanat went there.
Yeah, exactly. Kai Sanat pulled up.
Oh, so that's the actual school?
Yeah, that's literally the school that,
Okay.
like, literally, and it was the
Amazing.
sickest thing. Like, I just finished uni, and I was like, the story is that, like, when I moved to Lagos, we would be out a lot, and it's the same way you say, like, your pound goes far. So we were enjoying life, chopping life, and at the end of the year, I was like, let me look at how much I've spent enjoying in Lagos, and like, I realized that could go so far. So I just popped up on IG, and I was like, yo, guys, I really want to build a school in the community that, like, we've already done an intervention in back in 2019. I wrote my disso on. I'll put up half the bread and we'll do match funding. And literally in 2 weeks, we raised the 8 bags it cost. And people always blow their mind. It cost 8 bags for us to build a school that's educated 1,000 plus children.
So we could build another one.
I mean, if we want to do it, we
Let's
can do
build
it.
a school.
Involved in that.
I mean, if you shake on it, we'll shake.
Shake on it. Yeah,
Let's
honestly.
shake.
That is so
Let's shake.
humbling.
No, honestly,
You don't
bro.
know how.
Let's shake. I want a
No,
classroom,
I
though.
didn't know it was gonna cost 8 bags.
I want a
bro.
classroom, though.
That's 8 bags USD, so literally like 6K pounds.
Oh,
It was literally
come
me and
on.
my uni friends. I put up 2-3 bags. We raised the rest, and we
Built a school?
built the school.
I didn't even know.
No,
let's do it.
money
Is that
goes-
now though?
Yo, Naira has gone into the dollar bubble. You could go 2 schools.
Yeah, Epic. You get a school, you get a school.
You get a school.
No,
so that's
no,
like
that's
my ambition.
solid. That's
my
solid.
ambition for the next 8 years is I want to build a free school in each geopolitical zone in Nigeria. So there's 6 geopolitical zones. Build one in each corner. We've only ever done Lagos. But yeah, it's heartbreaking that yesterday the school got demolished. I literally spent so much time on the phone before we came. So that was the first project I built. Was before I ever really, as an adult, tried to make money for myself.
yeah.
It was for, just how can I mobilize the people around me, because I think the talent that we have in the West, it's like we have access to jobs, access to education, cash, and even if we don't have a ton of money here, it's amazing how far £50,
It'll go,
£100 goes.
yeah, it'll go
And so
very
for us,
far.
it was just like, okay, literally as second year uni students, can we like get on Zoom calls with like local Nigerian students, partner up with their projects, help fund, okay, there's a borehole that's needed there, how much is it? £300. So there's other amazing organizations like Kwanda, etc., that do similar stuff, but we started about a year or 2 years before them and just started doing work. So that was my first project.
Do you know what? I've been researching it. I don't want to get into it too much because I ain't finished. But I've been researching a lot about Africa, like Gaddafi and I can't pronounce the Congolese guy's name.
Lumumba?
Yeah.
Patrice Lumumba.
And
Oh,
them
yeah,
kind of people and things like that, and just
Thomas Sankara, so
how
many
they,
amazing leaders.
people have been trying to rebuild Africa,
Yeah.
but it keeps on getting, the
Yeah.
West keep getting in the way, and
Yeah, and what they'll do is they'll highlight the madness that they've done, but really and truly, political leaders all over the world do madness. But they'll be like, that person's trying to do that crazy thing, and you'll look and you'll be like, when you find out they were trying to do so much good,
even just like how limiting a passport is from one country.
big time.
You just can't go to. It doesn't.
time.
It's nothing.
Travel was everything.
So-
Traveling within
yeah.
the African continent is so difficult.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And it makes no sense.
Because you can travel Europe
Yeah.
like freely.
And I think once we can get that infrastructure correctly, politically, economically, border-wise, there's so much wealth that we have, in the land. Like, first of all, natural resources. And people always focus on oil, but minerals, cobalt, like there's so much going on in certain regions genocides and displacements, and that's because like we need lithium, we need cobalt in an AI age, etc. And really, the majority of the world's deposits sit on African soil. But more than just the natural resources, it's the people, it's us. We're the youngest continent in the world by far. We're growing rapidly, and it's like the moment that we can. And that's why I'm so passionate about education. That's why I'm so, that's why we focus the foundation on education. That's why I focus my personal giving on education. Is the moment that we can educate our young people, help train their mind to be like, home is difficult. I feel like we love to, I was in Lagos in December and we love to be like, Lagos, like for 95+% of people, it's not a lovely place to live the majority of the time.
Dave was saying it, innit? When you're in the party, how you in the party, blowing bottles and there's people begging outside.
Crazy. I mean, even the amount of time people waste in traffic. Like you spend half your life in traffic. But the moment that we can educate people to be like, we invest at home, we build, we hold our leaders accountable, we have a vision collectively moving forward for what we want home to be, then once we're educated and we match that, we are a powerhouse. And I think that is why the rest of the world has spent half a millennia, 500 years, strategically underdeveloping and underinvesting, because the moment that we get the infrastructure and resources that we need, it's a wrap.
We're building the school this year.
That's cold.
Let's do
that's
it.
cold.
I think that's amazing.
Commit to that.
That is amazing.
Not,
Talk to me about Cambridge, because obviously we were chopping it up, but you mentioned the business that you created after Cambridge, before you went to go Nigeria. Yeah.
So I mean, when I was at Cambridge, it was a really interesting experience because I interned a couple of Cambridge was crazy. And that's it. Like we could do a whole poddy just on Cambridge at that time, and I think it was a beautiful time in the university. Because when I came to Cambridge, there were 70 black students in my year, out of like 3,500 students. So we were a tiny percentage of the population, like less than 2%.
Yeah.
And in that time, as I said, like Stormzy had already wanted to partner with the uni, him and his team, to do the Stormzy scholarship. And I just happened to be the ACS president at the time when that was being launched. So we I had the privilege of being on the committee that looked through. It was a completely blind process. So you don't know who it is. But again, from the background that I have, it was like maybe one of the most humbling experiences of my life, because you see a spreadsheet of like 30, 40 names, and these kids have all gotten into one of the most prestigious universities in the world that will change their trajectory in life and the trajectory of their family. And to see the different categoristics they're facing, it's like, okay, this student has a disability, but not only do they have a disability, they are from the lowest income band in the country. But not only are they on top of that, they're a carer for one person. Some people are carer for two people. And I'm looking at it like, how did you overcome the odds?
How are you even still here?
And some of these are not just like, they're obviously black because it's ACS, they're black women, or they're queer, and then they have all of these other intersectionalities that just they shouldn't have overcome to get to where they are. And it just made me look at my peers with a different level of respect. Like, I worked hard and I was smart and I got here, but it was easy street for me compared to the vast majority of people. And to be able to lead my community and work with the university, we did a massive study into the legacies of enslavement. So that's another thing that I think was amazing, is like Cambridge was like one of the few universities to be like, you know what, slavery genuinely happened. And actually Cambridge, I mean,
let's not pretend.
The rest of the world haven't given reparations, but
we did make some money off you guys.
They were like, do you know what? Do you know what? Like a significant amount, like a significant, I won't say the millions and millions, but a significant amount of the endowment of this university or specific colleges has come from wealth derived from exploitation. And these are the initiatives that we're going to give. This is how we're going to reinvest back. And again, as a 19-year-old, to be sitting in the boardroom with the dean of the university and be able to have those conversations and hold them accountable and say, yo, like, we can do something with the University of West Indies and partner with places that we're extracted from and work to have synergies, etc. And there were some amazing black women professors that really taught me so much about what it means academic, because growing up, I never really had black teachers. So yeah, just it was an amazing experience. So uni was dope, and that was at the same time where I was starting to really dabble in the business thing seriously. So yeah, that was where the foundation also for my first real profit-making business came in.
And what was that business?
So it's a funny story. Like, business starts with pivots often. Like, where you start is not where you end up. So I went to one random event that my friends were throwing. And I met some guys and they were young. They were like 22, 23. And they'd raised like £2 million for this music podcast app thing. And I was like, huh? They're giving black guys out of Warwick and University of Kent £2 million to start tech companies. I didn't know.
Crazy.
Me that was trying to get investment banking and law internships. I was like, let me go straight to where the money is. So I got to learn from those guys and they were incredible mentors and they became my co-founders and partners. And I'd only ever really seen in America, I feel like we don't really have a culture of ambition and progress in our community.
Yeah.
You see that when you go there.
But over there, I was seeing amazing guys just doing, and girls doing amazing things out in the States. So they came to me with this idea for this renewable energy company they were trying to do out in Niger. And I was like, I don't really know nothing about renewable energy, but I just want to be in the room. I just want to be involved. So I got to see them learn how they make pitch decks, learn how they structure a business plan. Again, second year of uni, so the charity was just getting started. And then I was looking at this. Long story short, like we realized, well, people don't really have money to pay for the renewable energy thing. Maybe we need to create a financing component to this. So can we create like a financing tech solution with the renewable thing? And then, okay, who actually buys renewable energy? It's like mostly businesses that are looking to like power their little factory or their tailoring shop. Long story short, by the end of my second year of uni, we'd become fully fledged just a fintech company focused on digital banking and providing grants and small loans to small businesses in Nigeria. So we went from renewable energy. I went from solar panels to trying to be Monzo. In the space of about 6 months. Listen, like, it's wherever you need me to be. That was what the pitch was. But no, where it was actually, it came from a real burden to be like, okay, cool, there's so many problems at home. People need them solved, and there's a huge price tag attached. So if I can solve this, we can not only do amazing things, but we can make some bread here. So the energy thing is still something I'm interested in long term. But look, money moves the world, unfortunately. So if you can't finance energy, you can't run your shop, you can't have light, you can't have internet, you can't run your business, your kids can't read and do their homework. And the actual underlying reason for that was the financing piece. And the thing with Nigeria is like 84% of people are employed by businesses that have 1 to 10 employees. So the majority of the country is small business. 50% of the economy is small business. So it actually became, if we wanted to really solve a problem and do something at scale, supporting small and medium-sized businesses was the best way to do it. So that's how a 20-year-old kid decided I'm going to try and start a bank. And yeah, that's how that started. And we had some amazing early investors here in the UK. Who somehow believed in this 21-year-old kid's vision to move to Nigeria and start a business, having never lived there. I have to shout out to my amazing co-founders, Ayo and Ash, who went to the trenches with me and like kept that business alive and kept me focused and kept us pushing. And yeah, we raised about £500,000, which would have made us at the time, I was 21, one of the youngest, if not the youngest, black founders in Europe to raise venture capital. And that's kind of how I got into the business game for real. Was at 21 in my final year of uni. So COVID was a mad time for me. COVID was literally, COVID hit, it was the funniest thing, like, I'm getting ready to go to the final pitch to this investor who was the first person to take a bet and give us the money. And as I'm getting ready and packing my little duffel bag, I get an email in my uni email. And the only reason I checked my uni email was because I'd thrown a party the week before. The party had gone out of hand and I was on serious punishment at uni. So I was trying to check my email to see if I was even gonna be allowed. And I see an email saying, hey, we've just had the first kid. But at that point I was like, look, I'm trying to get this money and leave. I wasn't even, anyway. They said, hey, we've got the first case of coronavirus. You guys should just go home for the weekend. You'll be back on Monday. So I was like, perfect. I'm packing my bags. I wasn't even gonna, it was perfect. And Cambridge is weird. They take attendance. So if you're not on campus for 75% of term, they'll fail, like you won't get your degree. So I was doing all sorts of slip and slides. So it's like, perfect. Now I don't even have to use the last of my credits. Let me just go and get this money. Over the weekend we pitched, successfully closed. And then the Monday now I've come back home and I'm like, okay, cool. Let's get back. 3 months left of uni, get this degree, and then business is patterned. And yeah, I get another email like 1 more week, stay, coronavirus. but I never went back to uni.
That's crazy.
All my, like, I had one duffel bag with like 2 books and 1 hoodie, all my clothes, all my belongings, just at uni. I didn't get it for like 9 months' time. So yeah, so all of the March to all through 2020 was literally just COVID. 8 hours, 9 hours a day, grinding on trying to get my degree because I had 3 months left, and then another 8-9 hours grafting on doing everything required to get the money right. So I was working like 16 to 18-hour days from 21 really, and then that's how everything really started.
So how are you getting paid from that business then? Because I understand you're helping finance. So is it like you're getting paid back in interest or?
Yeah, so definitely. I mean, the way venture capital works is basically funds pooled collectively of like usually really wealthy individuals, but also like big pension funds, university endowments, etc. And they are putting their money into really what's the highest risk, but potentially highest return businesses. So they expect 80 to 90% of businesses to fail, but that 10% that bangs returns the whole fund and makes everything work. So the business model really to begin with was just, can we build an amazing app that is intuitive and natural for traders, small businesses, Uber drivers, etc. to initially use. Once we got that, we partnered with a number of established banks in Nigeria who already had account infrastructure to open up bank accounts in partnership with them. And one of the biggest bank in Africa was also one of our investors. So I had to spend some time out in South Africa raising money to get that done, which was a crazy experience at 21 to be like, I'm on the call with the chairman of the biggest bank in Africa, and like I don't even know what I'm saying here, but we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. And again, it was just another like moment to be like, you know what, you can figure things out as you go, and if you have the vision and the willingness to work, and the opportunity, and I think that's the thing that drives me, is that also there was so much pressure for me because I'm aware that people like me don't look like this. Like people that look like me don't get to do this. So I have to try and make it work to the best of my abilities. So we started off with account opening, and then if we facilitate a grant or we facilitate a loan, you get a percentage. Then obviously as you open, they move the bank interest. But the way it works is like the business model usually with tech companies, like they don't turn profitable at all for like a long time. Amazon took a good 7, 8, 9 years to hit profitability.
I still don't even know if Netflix is profitable right now.
I actually don't know.
If they have, then it's recent.
So that would mean no.
And they're just about to buy Warner?
No, they're about to get Paramount, Paramount, Skydance, and
I'm sure it's Warner as well, because that's where Harry Potter is.
So they're battling it out to see who will get to acquire the company. And today they changed it from a stock deal to an all-cash deal to try and make the bid more competitive. But that whole deal is fascinating to look at.
I think it's so cheeky to be like, I ain't made you money yet, but let me have some more.
More, yeah.
Like, let me have some more. I swear I can do more.
That's what business is.
Yeah, that's actually business. But like I think maybe why loads of people, let me not say loads of people, let me not speak for them. Why I wouldn't necessarily think, venture capitalism when I'm younger is because I'm thinking debt, borrowing, wrong thing to do. Do you know what I mean?
If I owe these people money.
If I owe these people money and I don't have it, what did the guy from Ends do when someone owes him money? Do you know what I'm saying? Someone's going to come for your neck.
But I think that's the most, and we'll get into that about how debt versus equity works, because I think it's such an important conversation to have in our community, is just understanding capital and how it works, because we live in capitalism, whether we like it or not. Like one day when the revolution comes, I've been fighting to make it fairer. That's what the charities are for. But whilst we're in the game of capitalism, it's understanding how it works and maneuvering it to take care of our people, right?
So I did charity.
If the revolution comes, don't eat me, please.
Don't do me, because I did well here. Like, come on.
But no, is the way venture capital works is, as I said, the business model is designed to understand the majority of businesses fail. So if you act honorably with your investors' money, you try your best, you're giving them feedback, you're giving them regular updates. Like I would used to have to write. We had bi-weekly board meetings. So my investors would see me often. They'd get a letter. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work, because they knew the risk they were signing up for. And they knew, and there's certain founders that you back that you just know is going to bang. Like there's a couple of investors that I've invested in that you've had them on the podcast. It's like, that person's just a winner. But there's some that like they don't work, and that's the business model. So it's amazing that the beauty of venture capital is that actually, if you're a young gun and you're taking the idea, like your investor who's backing you has already mentally, if they're a good investor, has already mentally written off
The money.
that
Yeah,
money.
the money's gone already.
So, if you come back with a return, like sensational. As long as you've done what you've needed to do and it didn't work, They're often, and that first venture actually, it didn't end up. I ended up moving out of the CEO seat. I wanted to transition out, and there was lots of reasons why. But fintech is a highly regulated industry. And as a 22, 23-year-old in Nigeria, it's very hard to be taken seriously trying to run a financial institution as a child. I couldn't even grow a facial hair at the time. And there's actually a lot of regulation in Nigeria around how much tenure you have to be an MD of certain things.
Small
So
boy.
this
They
boy.
don't respect
Yeah. With this British accent, come on. So I transitioned out of the CEO role to move to the board. And my investors were like, they had a lot of respect at the time because that board meeting was not for me to move out the COC. That board meeting, there was another 6-figure check on the table, and they were not expecting me to say, I don't think the most responsible use of all of our time is for me to take this capital. I think the right thing to do is for us to find a mature, experienced person who knows how, like I've taken this from zero to exist. We now have a digital bank. The right thing to do is to have somebody that knows how to take this from where I've taken it to the next level. And that was actually the hardest thing at, turning 23 to be like, wow.
Your mindset's fascinating, bro.
Yeah, honestly, bro.
Because for me, it's not about me. It's about I want to see my vision succeed or have the best chance of succeeding. And none of my investors had a problem with it because I had the conversation in the meeting up front. And they were like, do you know what? We respect it. You can step aside, keep part of your equity, have a board seat if you want, move on, do the next thing. And when you're ready, you've grown, you have the next idea, come, like we'll be ready to back you. And so the reason I told that story is I think like I wouldn't want anyone to ever think they can't pursue their dream if they have an idea. And there's so many ideas that are not venture backable and they shouldn't take venture capital. You don't need $500,000, $1 million, $2 million up front to start a lot of ideas. But there are certain ideas that there might be a software engineer or a product designer somewhere in our community. And actually, there is no reason they shouldn't raise venture capital, and there's no reason they shouldn't have the chance to try it and fail again and fail again. Like the average startup founder that does get a successful exit in the US is that they've had 3 or 4 attempts. And my investors always used to say that to me, is like, Tony, you raised this round of funding at 21. The average age of a digital banking CEO at the time was 42. So I was half the age of the other people doing it. So I think in our community, we're very afraid to try. And it's not cool to look like you did something and it didn't pass and it died. And it was tough for me. I came back to London. Everyone's like, oh, I thought you went to Niger and raised a couple M's and like you're back here in London. You're back here in London in law school with us lot. And I was like, okay. Like my biggest failures are, I want my biggest failures to be more than people's biggest achievements. Because for me, I'd rather swing at bat and fail. And as long as I did the right thing with integrity and my hardest effort, then if we keep trying, we'll get there. So that was how that was. But I thought it was important for me to clarify what you said, because we do have, so there's something called being a fiduciary, and it's a fancy word, but it's the technical term in Companies House. Like if you're a director, you're the fiduciary of a business.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have a
fiduciary.
a fiduciary.
I'm a fiduciary.
Yeah. It means you have
a rapper, young
it means,
fiduciary.
it means I have a fiduciary's called. I might put that on a.
Can't give
on
niggas
a-
too much, you know.
young
Fiduciary.
fiduciary.
Yeah, man's a
So it means I have an
fiduciary.
obligation to give my best effort, reasonable. There's all sorts of legal technical terms like reasonable skill. But it means I have a responsibility to give my best efforts to this. And so you're always a fiduciary when you take capital, because it's other people's money. Like if you lend someone £100 and they're like, whatever, you're like, come on, man. It's the same way where if someone's giving you hundreds of thousands or millions, but the difference between venture capital is, as I said, there's different expectations. They're expecting you to try your best for the business plan you gave, communicate if you're changing, but no one's coming, you're not personally guaranteeing it. Now, when you go and take debt from the bank or from a fintech lender, they can come and hold your trouser. But it's different. But what I wanted to...
Where you going?
Don't go anywhere.
Where's my money?
So I think it's important for our community to understand what's called capital structure, the different types of access to capital that's available. And it's not always GoFundMe, it's not always grant, it's not always... There's different avenues that are perfectly tailored for each type of business, and access to funding is the thing that holds us back in our community the most. So we're such an entrepreneurial people wherever we're from, and it's really important for us to just be able to be aware of the different avenues that we have. And we're so afraid of debt. We're so afraid of leverage. But it's like, if you have a good cash flow and business idea and you can responsibly manage your debt, and that's the thing, learning to responsibly manage it, then there's no reason. And there's non-recourse. There's so many things, and we could do a whole education thing about it, but our people have this mindset that keeps us small. And it's so understandable, because the other day I was like, my dad did a celebration of like 30 years being in the country, like building it, etc. I was like, wow, I'm first gen. My parents didn't come up in the system. They didn't have NHS. They didn't have any of those things. And to see what us as first gen are able to do, it's a thing of, we bring a mindset completely understandably of scarcity, because that's what we grew up with. But
100%.
there is the opportunity for us to begin to expand. And even if it's not for us, it's step by step, at least to put us in a position for our kids to be able to swing for the fences. And I know my story is not everybody's story, but my parents took that first step.
What happened?
Scars.
Oh, scars. Oh, Tony.
What? What did I do?
Scarcity.
I'm on it. He asked, man. But you can do the honors.
Yeah, I did say, do you know, it's very funny, because I said, oh, is it possible for guests to helmeted? I spelled that one into existence. Next time I'll keep him.
You was cooking
cooking,
as well.
You was cooking. You cooked it,
yeah, man.
You cooked.
The smartest of people have had this.
We have to let them know, like, he's not dumb.
He's not dumb. He went Cambridge, but he's not smart enough here.
So that street knowledge.
Raising millions. Stay the hell with it, man.
I thought maybe it's a different type of...
So at Cambridge, they say a different scarcity.
Scarcity, scarcity. Oh, wow. We fiddy.
Do you want some more drink?
I'm not going to say no. When in Rome. One more. Drink responsibly.
Yeah, man.
Something that was interesting as well is even like what you said you turned down to go to Nigeria, because I think that actually puts a lot into perspective of where you wanted to go. So just highlight what you turned down before you went to Nigeria.
Yeah, definitely. So when I was working on the idea for the digital bank, I was interning at Goldman Sachs for the time.
Wow.
And then I had a training contract at, I won't name them. I have great relationships. Thank you. I had great relationships. I still have great relationships there. Many friends. One of the largest and I guess humbly most prestigious law firms. So I was actually going to go and be a corporate lawyer. And as I said, I spent time in investment banking. So it was going to either be law and investment banking. And then, I took a bet on myself.
Wow.
The money landed. I was like, all right, rather than being an investment banker, let's try to start our own little banking platform.
Wow.
That's
so
cool.
Transitioned from the corporate thing. I never actually made it.
Yeah.
I've been an entrepreneur my whole life, from 6, I guess.
Wow.
And then the politics of why you had to step down, the tenure like that you had to have in order to be CEO in Nigeria.
No. So we were looking at. First of all, I was tired. That was. I was tired. I was exhausted. Like getting access to a banking license is difficult. Obviously, you're handling and managing people's money, and so it took us forever to get the partnerships locked in. And by the time we did, I was tired. Number 2, and burnout is real. And I think people really underestimate that when you're an entrepreneur. And I see entrepreneurship firstly as like not just business, like anything where you are creating from scratch, you're bringing something new into the world. To me, is entrepreneurship. And then secondly, as I said, we were looking at making moves to have a regulated entity. We didn't end up going that route, but if we did, the expectations is that you have 10 to 15 years of experience. And I had 18 months, 2 years straight out of uni. So the right move was just to let someone with that experience run it day to day. And I got to step back and be strategic, which I feel is, I like to be in the cut, play quarterback as opposed to running back. So that's why I got the helmet on. I'm on my Shadur Sanders today. I'm on my Fernando Mendoza.
So with that, you've come back to London.
Yeah.
And then what, you've gone to work, or you
I went to law school. Yeah, so it was a really interesting period. I went, spent some time in like community engagement. So I worked at like an organization that works with like policy and trying to help get policies passed that help create opportunity for people. So I spent like 6 months there. At the same time, I started angel investing. So that's where my investment firm, Culture Capital, was born. I learned how much power venture capitalists have in deciding who gets ideas, whose ideas get to come to life and don't.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I kind of want to be, I want to be where it's lit. Like, I don't want to be the person
Doing the
asking, begging for money.
Yeah.
I want to be the person that gets to like, and then I learned that also when you're an investor, you're also begging for money because you raise funds to invest. So somebody's always begging for money. Someone's always begging for money, man.
Peter to pay Paul with it.
You're always begging for money. But yeah, so I was like, look, like, but it was less than that. I was like, look, we made history here as some of the youngest black people to raise funds. And one of my other best friends at the time also had a tech project that he was working on that he also raised money from. So all of us were kind of in this ecosystem of like, okay, cool, we're kind of, to us anyway, the first generation of like young black tech founders who were coming out of uni and being able to do things. And like, how great would it be for us to be able to enable other people to do that? Because I'll be so real again about how this game works. Like, people work with people they know, they like, they trust. And I'll never forget our first investor. Like, he comes from a legendary family in the game of investment. He's a legendary investor himself, and he's not black. And when we were raising money, he was like congratulating me so much about getting the first from Cambridge. And he was like, oh, well done on graduating. Like, I will never forget when I got a first from Oxford, and it just made me so proud. I was like, brother, I'm trying to build the business, trying to make you a return, we're talking about uni.
Don't worry about that.
But what I learned was, he was like, to him, I was in their club. I don't think he saw me as a young black man, which I think in some ways is amazing, because I want to be seen as a person who is doing great things and who is black, as opposed to a black person doing great things. And I want to caveat that, big word, sorry. I want to like, clarify that. Yeah. I want to clarify that.
In our schools.
We had that.
We never had caviar before.
That came out in South. They launched that.
But yeah, I want to clarify that as like, being from our community is the thing I'm most proud of. But I think that the most exciting thing that we get to do is just to be great. And then the color of our skin speaks for itself, rather than coming from a perspective of
I should be great because of the color.
I feel like it when we do it, it just speaks for itself. Like, this is an exceptional platform because you guys are exceptional content creators, and then you bring that extra flavor of the culture that no one else can replicate. And when you bring those two things, like an excellence to whatever you do, for me it's commercially and an ability to maneuver capital, and then I'm culturally literate and I can come here and kiki with you, it brings something that everybody wants to become a part of. So our investors love to have us around. They love to use us as poster boys because there was something different that we have. But it just showed me, like, at the end of the day, like, right, like, man really saw me as one of them. And I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, it's interesting.
I don't know how I feel about that.
To this day?
To this day, I haven't reconciled it. I think I never will, but I also think that that's like my superpower. But what I wanted to be is, like, realistically, so many people from our community will never be able, to code switch the way I do with authenticity. I can sit here and genuinely, like, me and Temi went for, like, it was meant to be a 90-minute dinner. We just laughed for 5 hours until we had to go catch, I had to go catch the last train. Because this is home. But that is also home because of the experiences I went through that weren't natural to me. But so many people will never have that. And so I set up Culture Capital to be that, to be the bridge between capital and the culture, to be able to have young people who are looking for funding for their projects to come and be able to access that funding. And we're really proud to have a portfolio of, like, 8 businesses now. Every founder that we backed was under 30 at the time. Every founder that we've backed has been black and from the UK, with the exception of one of your podcast guests who's not from the UK, but they moved to the UK. Actually every company we've backed has had a black woman leading it. Not the inverse. So not every company has had a black man as a co-founder, but every woman has had at least a black female co-founder or CEO. So our portfolio is 100% women-led. So that's the thing I'm proud of, is that we've backed almost 10 companies that are all youth-led, black-owned, and all female-led.
Women are in business, man. Them just got a trap line, bruv.
Yeah, bro. Like, I look at like when even the way some women might even just run the house. And they're like,
yeah, my mum handles all the money. My dad don't even know what's going on.
My goodness me. 100. Like when you look at just that skill and just that natural ability to just run things and organize things.
Well, who runs the money in you guys' house?
I still have my money, but I don't always get to spend it though.
Who's in charge of the finances?
I don't know.
I'm in charge.
Yeah,
I think I'm in charge.
I'm more in charge in the sense of it'll get run by me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's not permission. I'm letting you know.
I'm letting you know.
It's not like I'm gonna be like yes or no. Yeah. I'm just being told what's happening.
Yeah. This is your next.
I get to complain. That's one thing that I do like these days.
You got a veto.
I'm allowed to complain now.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Like,
no, I'm not
I make a fuss about it. No, it's happening. But I'm allowed to make a fuss about it.
Yeah, I made a fuss the other day. I made a fuss the other day. I saw the opportunity to make a fuss and I took it. I said, actually, that reminds me that you just keep on adding things on. She couldn't believe it. So I took the window of opportunity.
I grew up watching my mum manage all the money. Like my dad was the breadwinner, but he actually didn't know how much he made. Because like small business, whatever, he just like, look. And then my mum would even say, this is how much you have to spend. And this is what's going to the household. So I grew up, like, obviously, as you said, like my dad's also the man of the house. So if he has an opinion, and that's the opinion, then that's what we're doing. Mm-hmm. But 99% of the time, it's just like, and so I feel like when it gets to my turn, I'm not really, if they clean my leg and if marriage don't work, then I'm gonna be on the street because I feel like my missus is gonna manage all of my money.
Hey man.
Most of the month you're just building courage to fight back. Building courage. Today I'm gonna fight her. I'm not on it.
So let's get to the meat and potatoes.
The nitty gritty,
as they say.
We spoke a lot about first investors, and I have to say, Plantmade was probably one of our first investors, if that makes sense. That
saw us.
Yeah.
The first question, what a lot of people want to know, because we'll go through the whole story, but did you steal Plantmade from the founders and the owners?
Can you define theft for me?
Okay.
No, I'm playing. I'm being silly.
Because you understand that that's what it looked like 100%. Happened, especially on the internet. It looked like, first of all, it's still black owned.
I'm AI.
That was my biggest worry.
And that was a lot of people's biggest worry.
That,
Everyone was thinking, who is it that's taking it? Because we know that that's something that we valued in the community.
Absolutely.
Black owned, and it's a good product.
It's a phenomenal product.
This whole thing has happened in front of us, and we've just been told, I've been kicked out of the business almost. So, you haven't stolen the business?
Absolutely not.
Okay, cool. So in terms of just like our investment, we've obviously done business with Plantmade a while ago, years and years ago. I'll be honest, I think if this happened at a certain time, I think I would have been emotionally attached to it. So I think it's good that we're doing this now.
I'm still because there was still a bit of emotion. Like I said, it was our first, like coming out, going full time. It was our first sponsorship and long-term partner. So it was like, there was still like an emotional attachment 100%. To it. So when we were like, should we get him on? I was like, I don't know. But at the same time, I think it's important to speak to somebody like you, especially with what's out there, the narrative that's out there, and clearing that up as well. So everybody know this isn't a bash anybody.
No, this isn't mudslinging. No. We discussed, we said it can't be mudslinging. We don't want anything too personal, but there's a lot to learn in terms of how businesses run, especially even the dangers of whether it be loans, debts, and how you manage that. As you said, responsibly managing debt, that's a key thing. So let's start with, I guess, wherever you went into Plantmade. We can obviously kind of say, oh yeah, that's when we found out, whatever, but what was the situation when you got into Plantmade? and why you was brought along and the origins of that basically.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Plantmade is first of all an exceptional business.
Yeah.
And I want to start off by saying, Ama, the team, have done something that's historic. And I think not just in black business, but in the consumer industry in the UK, period. Again, going back to what I said about greatness and excellence, like whether you're black, white, yellow, whatever, what the team achieved in a 5-year period is phenomenal. And like Ama is a founder. Like she took something from her mum's kitchen, £100, her real lived experience and problems, and created a solution that so many of us love and use. Like this beard is still coming in. We'll do a watch the beard fill in the still bits journey, but this beard wasn't like it is now before I started using inches, etc. So I think it's really important for me to just start by saying that everything starts with an incredible respect for how they founded the business. So that's important for me to establish.
Can I just add, I've always wanted to say like inches and then like in brackets pause.
Yeah. I was gonna be like,
I've always wanted to pause on the inches bottle. I'm sorry, bro.
It is. Can I transfer the helmet?
No.
I wasn't saying he wanted. I wasn't saying you should say pause. I've just always found it would be funny on the label just to put
one of our
pause in
content
brackets
creators behind, and every time he does it, we'll always just whisper. No, like, when he was leaving the factory the other day, he was like, I need more inches. We were like, whoa. If that's you, enjoy that. But no, jokes aside.
Yeah.
And look, the way it started was we met back end of 2024. Through a mutual contact that we all know, I think. And again, it was similar. We had a story, we had a conversation like this, and I had an immense respect for her as a founder and what she'd built. And I was angel investing at the time. I was on a break from law school, but my investment company is 3-4 years old now. And we'd been deploying checks in different businesses. And I just literally said, like, she was like, I love what you're doing. I'd love to see how we can work together. I was like, I love what you're doing. I'd love to see how we could work together. And she was like, look, she's been trying to raise some money. And let's see what happens. I was like, that's something I'd love to take a look at. And I thought it would be, a really exciting opportunity to partner, because I think at the time, the business, and it's well publicized, there's Times articles, etc., about, struggling with fundraising for the business, etc. at the time. And for me, I know that, black people, I actually wrote a long policy paper on this, but black people, we struggle with access to finance for business funding more than any other community. And then within that, black women more than anybody struggle with access to venture capital. So for me, I felt like it was a real injustice where you have this amazing founder and an amazing business, and it's crazy to me that like investors are not taking this in, is kind of how my initial understanding was. So I was like, cool, let's take a look at the numbers, let's take a look at the proposition. I'm already familiar with the brand, familiar with the marketing. I think it's exceptional. I know many people it's been transformative for. Let's look at what happens. So yeah, that was back into 2024. And then coming into 2025 is when we started to like seriously look at a deal in terms of how could we structure things. And the financials I saw were a business that had great potential, but it was in a difficult place. And I think initially I came into it feeling like this is going to be easy. What I do is raise money and deploy money in great businesses. This is a great, fast-growing business. This should be a piece of cake. And when I got to work closely, and every deal is different, I was like, okay, this is a difficult deal to get done, but it's a business that I really believe in and has great potential. So if we can help sort out working on some of the things that need to be, brought up to certain standards, some of the liabilities that were on the balance sheet, then it shouldn't be a problem.
Can you get a little bit of, because I feel like you're being a little vague, probably on purpose, but is there anything where you can divulge a bit more? Because I'm kind of like, why was it difficult?
Yeah.
Like, if it's, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, so I think at the time, fully transparently, so in you can go and read, the numbers are there to be read online, and there's been headlines around it, right? So to answer your question directly, did I steal Plantmade? Let me do that and then come back here. Is that fair?
Yeah.
So there is a concept of equity. We're all familiar with equity.
Yeah.
There's also such things as negative equity. I don't know if you knew that.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
for a long time, for about 2 years on average, Plantmade had been losing £50,000 a month, something in that region on average. So by the time it had really come to the time where I had got brought in to help try and advise and help the business was almost 2 million in the hole.
Wow.
And so the negative equity of the business was almost negative 2 million. So I feel like and I get it because people are passionate about the business and they care, and it belongs not just to myself and my co-investors and my team and everybody. Like, this is a business that belongs to the community. And that's actually why I cared to want to be involved and it's eventually, put the money up to make sure that, ironically, it doesn't go into the hands of other communities that have made so much money off of our backs or some random private investment group, that actually it falls into the hands of a young 27-year-old Black person from London who is aligned to the culture and wants to continue to build within it with the people and continue to give platforms like this the opportunity to partner and be sponsored. So that was why I was interested in the brand. But at the time, there's certain comments that were like, it's outrageous because look at like, it was such a valuable business. Like, the balance sheet works the way a balance sheet is. Like, the maths works the way the maths is. And with the amount of debt in the business, the business was not only technically worthless from a financial standpoint, it was negative 2 million. So whoever was coming into the business was taking on liabilities. The first time I had a conversation with you, I didn't know how it was gonna go because the business was owing you guys money. So it's a situation where Plantmade at that point had an incredible product, had strong sales, but the way that the financial management and some of the operational stuff had unfortunately brought it to a place where, from an accounting basis, from the accountants that the team had chosen, it was a negative equity of a significant amount. So when I acquired the business, that was what it is. So to directly answer your question, did I steal Plantmade? There wasn't a business to steal from a perspective, because the business was in minus in value.
Yeah.
And also, the business had about 40 different lenders and people that it was owing money to. And by law, your creditors can, if you default on payments, close you down. So Plantmade was actually facing serious threats and motions to be closed down. So it was going to be closed down and be zero and never exist again. And what we tried to do was create a structure that would allow us to keep it alive, recapitalize it, and keep the products alive. So did I steal it? No. Actually, other people that were owed money were going to shut it down. It was a negative value. And what we did was rescue 15 people's jobs, a brand that people loved, provided the funding for 1,000 people who were owed orders months back that they hadn't received to get their product, and kept a brand alive that we all love in the community, and to actually have the conversation that we have today. And I think that's one of the things I'm most proud of, is like, had we not come to the solution that we came to, then actually the headline would have just been, Black-owned business that we love dies and shuts down because of XYZ. And at least the conversation has become, the business is in new hands. We can feel the loss and the sense from the amazing underdog story and building story that we've seen. But the thing that keeps me going is that we get testimonials to this day about people who the product's life has transformed them, whether it be they, are having postpartum hair loss, or they're going through chemotherapy. For me, again, going back to school, all boys school, I had acute alopecia areata when I was 14, 15. And you don't want to have bald patches all over your head in all boys school when you're 15. It's just not fun. Even all of this conversation that we're having, the motion, if my boys from school see me and they want to humble me, they'll just call me Patchy, because that was my nickname. So I know what it feels like to lose your hair and the effect that it has on your confidence. And the products that were formulated in the foundations of the business are transformational for people. So the driver for me was to keep that alive, to keep a business that is inspirational to so many of us, and to keep that story and legacy going. And yeah, that's really how everything went down, to be honest.
Wow. Okay, that's good insight.
Yeah. But yeah, you can't take something that's gonna that's about to be
shut
smashed
down.
into smithereens.
Yeah.
So how does a business end up 2 million in debt?
Yeah.
Like how does it get, like at some point it's 10K, 50K, 475, like how does that keep on snowballing to that point?
It feels like it was quick as well, because I remember it was probably just after we had worked with them or something. It was like reported like 7 million in profits that year or whatever.
The revenue,
the revenue. No, it was.
Yeah, that's a big thing for us to also clarify in the community. Like revenue and profit are
Very
the
different.
revenue.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it was 7 million in revenue actually. I can't remember.
I think it would be closer to 5, just over 5, but it would have been in that.
He's checked the balance sheet.
Yeah.
He's
Well,
like,
I know back to front.
I was at a presentation.
You know.
No, so I mean, the brand has done, you know, if we're doing it in dollars, $15 million plus sales over its lifetime. So at that point, that might have been the lifetime sales. So there's a difference between the annual and the lifetime sales. But yeah, it's tens of millions in sales.
Okay.
Historically.
Yeah, and then to answer Fred's question, so how does it get from doing those numbers to ended up in minus 2 million?
I mean, I can't speak specifically to their story in terms of the intricacies of the business, just because I wasn't there in that period. I met them right at the end where people were threatening to shut down the business, and they needed to find a solution to keep it alive and to keep it moving forward. So I can't speak specifically to that point because I just wasn't there. But really and truly, there's so many situations and scenarios that can lead to a business being over leveraged. So it can be as simple as, usually what it is the way a business balance sheet works is there's top line and there's bottom line. So you subtract the bottom line from the top line, and whatever you've got left at the bottom is what you've got. So it's either your bottom line is growing aggressively, and you maybe have, you might have moved into a facility that's too big for you. You might have brought on too many staff too soon, or your staff are there but they aren't contributing what you need them to contribute, so that the revenue isn't growing in proportion to the team size that you have. You might have the opposite problem with the top line, which is like you might be growing fast, but there's costs associated with growth. So you've got to pay to acquire a customer, and that payback might not come quick enough. Or you might be growing, but like your costs are growing like this, and your sales are growing like this, and there's so many different things that can happen. It's the same way, like, I guess the right way to say is like, how did someone get into debt? Like me, when I've been in my student overdraft when I was a student. It's because I was spending more than I was making. I didn't have they didn't give me student finance, so I didn't have
bursary.
I didn't have any of that. So I was skint compared to all my friends. And so it's the same principle, right? Like if you are spending more than you're making, or you're making money, but the interest payments are faster than what your profit allows you to pay, businesses become over leveraged. Now, to your specific question, how do you get into that amount of debt? Like that I can't speak to because I wasn't there at that point, and I didn't know. I was acquainted a couple months before, trying to help them resolve the situation that had occurred.
Because one thing that I find interesting is obviously, I watch a lot of Shark Tank, because a lot of the businesses, they will come there and they'll be like, we've made 1 million in losses for the last 2 years, but next year we're gonna make 500K in losses. And they're like, no, this is a good investment. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
They just told you they've lost like 2 million in the last couple of years, and you're telling me this is a good investment. So what was it about seeing minus 2 million that made you think I can still invest in this business? Or do you know what I mean? Like, because to me that sounds like run.
I think I'm a believer in possibility. I think there's a phrase that my dad says, and it's stuck with me my whole life. Much of the man of who I am is the people that raised me. But he says the eyes that look are common, but the eyes that see are rare. And looking at the balance sheet, looking at the P&L, which means profit and loss statement, it's like, actually, there's a fundamentally great product here. People love it. And if there isn't a great product here, then there's no conversation to have.
Yeah.
But what you've done here is create something that's exceptional, that's transformative to people's lives, and that's something that is always going to be to your credit. The structure operationally and financially cannot support where sales currently are, and it can't support the debt payments. Like the percentage of debt was just you couldn't survive it. Which is why at the point that I came in, as I said, there were people already trying to shut it down by the time I'd already like got involved. And I wasn't aware of that at the time, but that's by and by. But what I saw was, again, as I said, it all starts with the product for me. It's exceptional products and they make a difference to people's lives, and I tried it and it was transformative for me. So I could vouch for that. The next thing is just to look at historically, like this business was a business that thrived, and it was a business that had been profitable and had been run greatly. And I think it got to the point where it grew super fast, and you don't know how to handle growth sometimes. And again, I have a lot of empathy for the situation, because it goes back to what I said, the first business that I started and I raised money for, the business started to grow quicker than I knew how to lead.
Yeah.
And I looked in the mirror and said, T, the man I am, I like to leave on a high. So I was like, look, you have succeeded here, you've achieved what you wanted to achieve. I like to bet on myself every time. I bet on myself to jump into this and to try and take Plantmade to new heights. But at that moment at 23, I looked at it and I said, I don't know if I have what it takes to I've taken it from here to here. I don't know if I have what it takes from here to here. And I said, I need people around me who have done this before, who can run it. And so I know how difficult it was for me losing my business in a way, even though I voluntarily gave it away and gave my baby away and did it proactively and secured additional funding whilst doing so and still had equity and whatever. But I know what it feels like to give up your baby. But for me, it was to give it up so it could be greater. And for me to grow into the person that can come in and know how to manage it. So 3-4 years later now, I am the man that can manage and grow it because I've lived those experiences. And so I know what it is like to have a rocket ship start to grow and for it to get past you. My decision was to step aside whilst it was prosperous and do a managed transition. And so at that point, I also just thought, this is not an unsolvable problem. Like the team just need a partner who understands how to run the numbers, make sure that like this is viable and profitable, that we can keep our obligations, and like to let the genius that has been the business so far continue to run. But if someone who has the operational and financial discipline to just make sure that we're in the right place. But yeah, it was and is a phenomenal business. Like we've just turned profitable. And
what now?
Yeah, under 6 months of my ownership, we hit profitability November. We'll be profitable again this month, and my goal is to be profitable every month moving forward.
Wow, that's well done.
Yeah,
thank you.
Well
I mean,
done.
from a 600 grand loss last year back to profitability month on month is something I'm super proud of. But it also comes with, again, sometimes having to step back from the business, look at it objectively, but humanly and empathetically, which is hard to do when you've been in it for 5 years. So it's not a indictment on anybody, but it is a situation of knowing how to manage growth, and business is hard for everybody. I wake up in this business many days and be like, who sent me? Because no one sent me. No one actually sent me. No one actually sent me, and some of the people don't know me and they ain't happy that I got sent. I'm joking.
That's true. They're like, who's this guy?
Who is this guy?
Who is this guy?
Do you know what I mean? But that's the other thing. That was the other thing. And I should have started with this actually. Joyce, my head of production, phenomenal young woman, an amazing leader. She drove 2.5 hours down from Reading here to bring the 6 care packages.
Oh wow.
No.
Oh, that wasn't a product, but we can do a moment.
Yeah, why not?
She even maybe overly sellotaped it.
She did.
She wanted to make sure it was secure.
You're gonna need some scissors.
She wanted to make sure it was secure.
While Tem's doing that, so did you?
Can I just go? Literally, amazing young woman, and
No, I'm good.
she keeps the factory running. I was at the factory yesterday. I should have remembered.
I think
to
we
get
met.
the
Joyce.
Yeah,
Joyce.
exactly.
Oh yeah.
But I think when you before I even put a bid in to buy the business, going down to the factory and meeting everybody who works in the business and being like, these are amazing people. Like some of like the team, some of the founders' family even still work in the business. For me, it's a situation of I couldn't see 15 plus people whose livelihoods are dependent on this business, 97,000 customers in 130 countries around the world that rely on the products and like leave it. And what keeps me showing up despite the difficulty is the amazing people that I work with. Because if I don't want to jig today, Joyce is going to jig. And if Joyce isn't, Joyce is always jigging. But Caleb's going to jig. The aunties and the lovely women in the factory. Like
that place was lit.
I have a like going back to being a fiduciary. I don't only have a responsibility to my co-investors, and 80% of them are 80+% of them are black. I have a responsibility to the team that I've inherited, and so what made me want to save it is going to the factory before making a bid and being like, this is an amazing setup here that unfortunately has just hit really difficult times because of a few critical decisions, and that happens to everybody in business. And I think that the thing is about like, do you have the humility and the ability to learn your lessons and move forward? And that's what dictates your career moving forward. I've had difficulties and learnings, and I'd like to think humbly by the grace of God, I've learned forward, and that's how I ended up being in the position where I moved from being a founder to being someone who can put up money to buy a business. And I think it just comes from being able to learn the difficult lessons, and you don't know how to do things till you've done them. You know what I mean? So that's how I think it got there. But I can't speak to that because I wasn't in the driving seat.
I didn't know you bought it. Okay, cause I thought it was like not like a takeover. Probably does mean like you bought something, but I thought it was like you joined the board and it was like
and then pushed them out.
That's what it seemed like.
Because what I was gonna ask was like, so taking over the business, how much of a hit did you not personal pockets, but like did you take personally, financially? Like
we put hundreds of thousands into the business so far in just 6 months. We'll put hundreds of thousands more and millions into the business over the next few years.
Nice.
So and to use again.
Thank you for this.
No, you're more than welcome. I feel like I should hold it and smile.
Plantmade, get yours now.
Because anytime I butt my cousin or my aunt,
for the thumbnail.
she's always said, like you say, like it's a business in the community, in the culture. My aunt always be asking me for Plantmade.
She's a wise auntie.
She always that's her go-to. For her
what
hair
party
care.
up to? She will get a care package.
Yeah, she's in Nige right now, so
we might be coming there soon.
Oh, okay.
Coming there soon.
She'll be getting. She's always asking.
This is interesting.
But on the takeover point, I mean, I wouldn't use the word takeover because it was a business that was going to not exist, and so it was more of a how do we rescue and recover and keep it alive. The way we structured it was as a partnership to buy the business. So just again, not to go into the details too much because they're complex, but if a business goes into, what happened is the business went into what's called administration. And administration is a situation where the courts take control of the business because it can't pay its debts. And again, the alternative to that was it was going to be wound up by one of the creditors. Same day, actually. That was crazy. Is like the business almost died. The day that the business was kept alive was there was there was two post letters going in the post. One was going to shut down the business, and the letter to keep the business alive and keep it into administration just hit 2 hours before.
Wow.
And if it didn't, Plantmade wouldn't have existed anymore.
Crazy.
By law, you can't buy. There's a lot of regulations around buying a business out of administration that you were a director of, because otherwise you would just run up a tab,
run
it back, bring it out, let's go again.
Run it again.
So the only real solution was, and administrations are open tenders. So again, you can go and look at it on
like an auction.
Yeah, it's literally a blind auction. It's a crazy thing. People are bidding for businesses. You don't know how much anyone else has bid. So it's like put up your best offer. Whoever puts up the best offer.
Oh wow.
My best offer was multiples of times bigger than the other offers. So it's not like I just came in or whatever. It's like it was a blind auction where actually there were lots of people from other.
Like was it Rangers? One of the football clubs got bought for £1.
Yeah. Because it goes back to the fact like people would never think the Rangers like they'd be worth 100 million, $1 billion, but it's like no, like things can get a place where you're taking on the liability. It's different. So it's a situation where again it was a court managed process independently. It's not like it's not like I went and it was a situation where 1,000 people had the opportunity to bid on this business. Other people did. My bid was the highest offer by far. And I was the only person whose bid said, you know what, I want to partner with the people who built it to have them to come back and have the opportunity to run it with me as partners.
So it wasn't a kick out.
So it wasn't a kick out.
It wasn't like I've got the business and you leave.
No. It was a situation where the business was going to die.
Yeah.
I put up the money to buy it and said, let's do a period to do this together, and let's have a period where we assess and see whether we can run this together successfully.
So this was before statements came online, okay.
So then in that period where we had a transition period where we're doing assessments, it just became really clear that what it took for this business to go from the depths of where it was at the stage it was to where it needed to be for us to continue to serve our customers, it wouldn't have worked with the setup that it was. And so at that point, we decided that to part ways. And actually, it wasn't a situation where, it wasn't a situation in that way. So really and truly, how do I phrase this?
That's what I want to. I want to know the answer, because the question really is, how does Ama end up no longer part of the business?
Yeah. I mean, the way it works is if you put up the majority of the capital, well, I put up 100% of the capital.
Yeah, so you're majority shareholder or whatever.
The 100% shareholder at this point. Well, myself, the investment group is 100% shareholders. Going back to the word being fiduciary of capital, I've put up capital. Other people in our community have put up capital. Other people that you might know and respect have put up capital. And therefore, all of us have a stake in this, and all of us need it to be run in a way that it can be successful. And if it's becoming clear that the things that are required for us to go to where we want it to go together, it can't work and it's not aligned, then it becomes a situation of, although we envisioned working together, and that was genuinely the plan, is like wanting to show that young black people can come together to do a partnership to rescue a brand that we love, then it couldn't work, and it just didn't work. And the business is bigger than all of us. You said it belongs to the community we love. So if that's what is required for us to move towards where the business surviving is, it was really a situation of either like this is going to die again, or we need to steer the ship in a different direction. And it was the most difficult situation of my life. It's not where I expected it to be. As I said, it wasn't even a situation from that side. It became clear from our partner's side that they didn't want it to continue the way that we did. Well, no, like we needed to come to the table and realign.
Okay.
And the direction that we needed to go in was not the direction
they wanted to go
in.
So then
I'm also hundreds of bags in,
yeah,
and responsible for other hundreds of bags in. And so what became clear is that if we can't align to the way that, you know, is required is kind of how it went, unfortunately.
That's tough, man.
Yeah.
That's tough.
It's tough.
But it wasn't a situation of like big bad wolf huffing and bluffing. As I said, it was already a situation where
I'm trying to save you and you're not trying to.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. That's tough.
Yeah.
That's tough, man.
It is tough. It is tough.
Because obviously I don't want to get like into personals, but just if we talk about it broadly, it's like getting out of your own way sometimes is what can really save you, is what I'm taking from this. Because it sounds like this is what's the plan and this is what's going to work, but my vision is what I'm not trying to detach from, and that's what's led to the separation. Does that
vision is ways of working, right? Like I said, like we want to do great stuff together, but there's also the way we got here into -2 million we can't operate the same way to get out of here. And if we can't adapt to how we need to adapt to make this successful, it's beyond me at that point, right? There's also certain things where, you know, the structure changes, you know, and I can say this because I've been a founder and I've lived it. When you are a founder and you own 100%, you can operate however, as long as you're within the remits of the law and HMRC and whatever. When you now have other people's capital, and to be fair, the business always had other people's capital. Lenders made the decision. Lenders made the decision the first time. Here is you have partners who, from an equity basis, and you have to be able to align as a team to make something work. And that's really difficult as a transition to make. Putting myself in the other side's shoes.
Yeah, because you've been the one making the decision for all
the whole
this time. Yeah.
And has built something amazing to where it is. But also we've hit a point where things have to change for the longevity of the business, because had we not come in, there would have been 1,000+ orders.
Just unfulfilled.
Unfulfilled, worth, you know, 50K plus that we had to fulfill of back orders, and all the legal ramifications of all of that and whatnot. It's like we have the opportunity to do something great together, and unfortunately it just didn't shake out and work out the way we all wanted it to, because we genuinely worked together for a long time, and as friends, as part, like we talked every day to like be like, this is what we want the new Plantmade to be, and just things transpired that made it clear that we couldn't make that work together at that point.
How long was the partnership for before it kind of soured?
2-3 months before the other lenders made the threats that then led to the founding team putting the business into administration, and then another 3-4 months afterwards, so call it 6 months in total.
Okay. So, sorry, I was going to say, so when did you find out that there was other lenders that needed money? Was that in those 2-3 months, or was it like?
Yeah, so I looked at a balance sheet, and the balance sheet, I was like, there's a lot of debt here that I didn't know about when we first started talking.
Right.
But I think
okay, so you didn't know in the beginning.
And then I made a loan to the business, a small loan from my investment vehicle personally. As a young man, I put up my last bread, and we talked about it. I was doing another deal with someone we know and love, and it was tough because I was making 2 large investments at the same time into a brand that many people on the podcast know and love, where I'm an investor. And then it was only after I put my money in that I then got to see more, because I had the right to.
Yeah.
And then it just became clear that like we didn't actually know how much we owed. So it was a situation of actually we're not 100% clear. Like we know who we owe certain things to, but we don't actually know the full amount. So that was when it was like, okay, cool. I think for me, I was like, well, my money's already in this. I can charge it to the game and let it go and move on. As I said, venture capital is such that you bake that into the model. But at that point, it was like, no, there's something great here. There's a product that people love. There's a community here. And more so than anything, and I think that was the most, I'll be so real, like that was the most difficult thing of the reporting, was like, I would see the comments and people were like, I wish black people could band together and say this business. Like, bro, that's what happened.
That's what happened.
That's what I don't know how much more black you want me to be. I don't know how much more
you didn't sag enough, bro. You didn't sag.
I was just saying nigga in front of you guys, bro.
I don't know how much more we could do for the culture, for the community. Like, that's what it was. Like, we worked closely, we did the numbers, we did the analysis. And as you said, like what the difficult decisions that needed to be to happen for us to be able to have products to bring to you today, it just wasn't happening, and I had to make that call, unfortunately. And when I was like, and what it was I said, this is the route that I see forward, and that's not the route that they wanted to go. So it wasn't fully at my initiation. It was this is what needs to happen. We either go this way or the highway. And it wasn't even an ultimatum. It was like, we need to come around the table and figure out a way to move forward. And the clear way to move forward was not how wanted to go.
So with that comes the statements. Did you get to proofread there was 2 statements, right?
There was their statement and ours.
But I feel like there was something else happened on one of the social media accounts that got deleted.
It got archived.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just in case you need someone like that.
Got archived.
Yeah, I knew I saw it.
Yeah. I remember when Fred said he put onto something. I was like, I didn't see it. I was like, let me see it. And he's like, oh, it's gone. Like, so,
Let me see it.
yeah. You could,
I mean, you can read it. All the post was, like, transparently, you can read it. It's the Times put out an article explaining what happened, right? They went to Ama for comment. They went to me for comment. I wasn't aware that it was going on. So I told him a funny story about how I even found out about it, but I don't think we have time for that today. But my head, I was somewhere, and I went on LinkedIn quickly to check something, and I'm seeing a message from the Times business editor saying, we're running a story tomorrow. You can jump on it, or you can see it tomorrow. So I was like, we should probably engage with this. And so the Times wrote a neutral thing. It's the Times. Yeah. They did their forensic due diligence. They were the first ones really to break, because the way that I'm not going to make if you saw the initial statement, you saw the initial statement, and it could be read.
It was definitely.
It was read like.
It was read like the way it was worded.
It could be read however it was worded.
Yeah.
And if you go and read the Times, or you go and read Company's House or anything, you see a very different
That's why
picture.
you're here today, because people don't always read the
Read the
Times.
Times.
And also, when you scroll and it starts to fade out, subscribe.
It also very unfortunately happened to be behind a paywall.
Oh,
That
of
was the reason we
course,
did it.
of course.
And I can't lie, the Times owes us some bread, because their paywall they were running ads to the article, because people were paying paywall to
go and read that. Of
but
course.
it was strategic.
It was hot.
It was behind the paywall, so many people didn't have a context to what transpired. And the kind of person that I am, I'm not one to come and make TikToks. I'm not one to come like, I carry myself the way I carry myself. I try to move with as much honor as I can and handle things the right way. I'm not one to come on, especially like when it's the heat of the moment. I don't think that's productive. Also, just the way it was is like, I had just started running the business that I wasn't expecting to run. Because as I said, I didn't. It wasn't
a partnership.
the meeting wasn't. It was a. I'm expecting us to say, okay, we've got to have a harsh conversation or an uncomfortable conversation, and get back on the wagon and keep going this way. The conversation has gone a different direction. Now my partners aren't in it, so it's either this thing dies that we've put so much into trying to saving, or I've got to step in the seat and run it. So I'm just 2-3 weeks into getting acquainted to running this. I'm at a meeting with a very senior like advertising executive who's a customer of Plantmade, and we're talking. I go to the bathroom quickly. My phone is just what's going on? And my friends are like, you should probably check IG.
That's a horrible advice. Horrible advice. You should probably check Instagram. Oh, hell no.
I couldn't even check it directly.
They're gonna
Someone had to
cancel
send it to
you.
me. I said, yo. I said, wow. I thought I was coming in to save, to work to keep a business, keep people alive. I said, wow. So I read the statement. I said, well, we are where we are. What is it? So I didn't see the statement coming. I didn't see the statement coming. I didn't expect it from our side. It wasn't at that. And we were still in dialogue behind the scenes.
Now we're not doing caveat.
It wasn't at that.
Yeah.
So I found out after everybody else found out. And then a couple of hours later, I was in another meeting and I see the LinkedIn. So it wasn't once that narrative is going, and everybody's entitled to their perspective and their truth, whether or not I see it as the case or anybody else involved in the situation sees it as that's how it transpired from that side. And I get it, you've birthed something for 5 years, you've taken the world on a journey, and it's within your rights to communicate the transition the way you want to communicate it. So that's where it was from that side. Obviously for me now it's 7-8 p.m. that confused meme, like, coming
Instagrams.
whatever.
Weary.
I'm confused.
Man's feeling lightheaded at the bar.
I'm confused.
Can't hear anybody
Yeah.
speaking at all.
Also, it's like it was like we've there's been communication as to what's occurred. So the there's no context. Like, we've worked on this for 6+ months together. You know, we've been through so much together. We've been through difficult times together. We've been through joyous times together. We've celebrated together. You know, as I said, like we genuinely became close in the process. And that's why I can never come here, and even if I think that there's certain things that I wouldn't handle it that way, I can't give anything but respect for the way I would say the business was launched and the foundations of the business. I can't speak to everything else. Also because there's so many things I wasn't there for. There's so many things in your conversations I wasn't there for. There's so many things in other people's relationships with the business previously. And I think I'm more interested also in speaking in the future of the business, but we can get to that. But yeah, statement was there. After I'm seeing the comments, I'm like, that's not even what happened. Or that's not what happened.
When something hits the internet,
I'm like,
and you're like, bro, they're lying, bro.
Or just like, no, and it's not even the statement. The thing is people, like, I was just like, there's people in the comments saying, I know 100% for a fact they're white owned. I'm like,
bro,
we all thought.
I'm there looking like, did I Michael Jackson or like? So it's just so interesting, to see the authority with which people speak on things that they genuinely
don't know.
Facts. And then also, just as I said, for me, it was genuinely a heart-bleeding situation because it does happen in our community. And there are so many situations that have happened where amazing black women have built businesses and it has been taken from them. Or like genuinely snatched from them hostile. Or they just haven't known how to handle the amount of success they've achieved, because again, there is a degree of like, you need a community to support you and you need infrastructure. And if you don't have mentors and advisors, there's just problems that you don't know how to solve that no one's taught you. In this situation, it wasn't really any of those two situations, but I get that there is a pattern that happens in our community that this has triggered a button that makes people reminisce. And so I could completely empathize and be like, I've been on where I've seen something and been like, oh, that's a shame, that's a tragedy. I feel, and it's like, I feel for them and I wish them the best of luck moving forward, but this situation wasn't at that. But yeah, in that time, we agonized for 24 hours on making a statement that we felt genuinely respected the contributions that the founders have made in building something incredible, the amount of seriousness that we have in stewarding it moving forward, and maintaining what we feel is a community asset, a community business that I want us all to be a part of. And like, we've had conversations about us wanting more people to be part of it in a meaningful way as owners, as stakeholders, and there's exciting initiatives that we're working on with that moving forward. And to clarify with like, while maintaining everybody's dignity to the highest way possible. And that was really what the spirit of the statement was to address what is shocking to many people, disappointing for some, and heartbreaking on some levels. But I think also focusing on the fact that like, I think the takeaway for me that was amazing is that people care about this. Facts. And I have a responsibility and a duty to steward this the best way I can moving forward. And that's what we wanted to communicate in the first statement, which I think landed well. I know some people were like, why the comments off? The comments are off because it's barking off in the other comments. And I've got to, like, we've said what we've said. There's plenty of, you can make your comments under the Shade Borough post, you can make your comments under Bounce's thing. There's enough places for you to have the discourse. On this here, like, on this one here, this one ain't for the company account, bro. Bro. If you are a customer, a paying customer, I have an obligation to our customers. And if you, like, we have now a thing that's like 10 minutes with you, and this is genuinely me putting out there where if anybody has a question for me, wanting to just meet, a suggestion, you can email the hello@weareplantmade page, or Toni@weareplantmade.com. I might get mad hate mail after this. and literally just, if you're a paying customer, send an order receipt to show that you've bought from us before, and you'll have 10 minutes minimum of my time to talk to me, and as much of my time as you want, and you also get a free gift card that is meaningful to buy whatever, because we want to engage with our community and our customers and people to buy. The comments off was just to have people that wanted to talk about something.
Yeah.
Like,
You don't even use the product.
You don't use the product.
Yeah.
We love everyone in the community, but we have an obligation and responsibility to our customers, our employees.
Yeah.
But it wasn't a forum for general discourse. So that was the only reason the comments were off, was just because.
You don't have to explain that.
Yeah,
bro.
no, it's important because people are like, why the comments were off, because
I don't want to hear you talk shit. I hear it, bro.
Yeah, man. It doesn't
want to talk shit. Like, I want to just get my side out.
Focus.
Yeah,
and going back to it is like, there's people, again, paying customers who have orders to get out, that have paid their good money to get their orders. And I'm 2-3 weeks into the role of building the systems and processes that allow us to get to the place where we can get their orders fast. Because being transparent, our brand we have a lot of work to do in building trust and execution. And I'm really proud to say now we're at a place where by the time the podcast is out, we can do same day dispatch if you order before 3 p.m. anywhere in the world. So whether in the UK, US, like you order today,
that's cool.
Next day delivery, like you will get it next day. 48 hours, you'll get it next day.
Anywhere in the world.
Anywhere, however long the shipping provider tells you the time is, all we can assure you is that it will leave. It will leave from us the same day you order it. And we're making. I can speak about, like, we've made a move to have a logistics warehouse out in the States. So we'll by the end of Feb, we'll be delivering straight from the States to you. So it will move from the long shipping it by plane. Like it will be on ground in the States, and we're making moves also to be in retail. Throughout the year. So yeah, for me, the comments thing was just like, if you are genuinely part of the family, you've patronized us, then I owe you something. If you want to chat was, then by all means you can do, but like that won't happen on on our platform.
Chat was.
And also it's just a situation of, it's a shame because I feel like there are so many important talking points that need to happen around business in our community. And I was seeing so many great takes. I was like, that's a great take. It's just irrelevant for what happened here. So it's like, we need forums to talk about business and financial literacy and all of these things more frequently. But a lot of things were shoehorned into a situation that it just was a lot more simple. To address Fred's very valid point of the post and archive, to this day, it's like, was that wise? Was that not wise? It was exactly that. Going back to the paywall, is I felt that it wasn't right that article was behind a paywall, because all of the other coverage of the business on the Times platform has never been behind a paywall. So why this one is behind the paywall and the people can't read it, when it very clearly states from arguably the most authoritative news platform in the country what happened. I made it clear that if you read it, it would say, Toni Fola-Alade, 26 years old, Black British person who wants to keep the spirit and essence of all the great foundations laid by the team, wishing them the best of luck, and make this a brand moving forward that not just the Black British community, but Britain, period, can be proud of. You know, for me, I tell the team, like, we're here to, that's why I'm not mad to have a helmet. Like, we're here to win championship rings. Like, we're here to build the best consumer brand comeback in British history from a small business perspective.
They saw the turmoil opportunity.
And there's no reason why we can't make this something that we can all be proud of again. And so, the reason that the article was posted was because to give an opportunity for people who weren't going to pay the paywall to read. And I felt like the Times coverage was very neutral and both sides were heard, both perspectives were heard. Even on their side, it said, look, like, we've had a dialogue, we communicated, you know, we might not have seen, you know, seen eye to eye in those communications, but it was acknowledged that it's not like someone came and pulled the rug under we worked together for months and many attempts to find a way to work together to make this the best that it can be for our customers. And what we're looking at moving forward is to just build the best brand moving forward to serve more and more people around the world, and to wish the team that laid the foundations the best of luck in all of their endeavors.
Yeah.
Brilliant, man. Brilliant.
So there's a point where you're running Plantmade and you've got the founders in the business. Speak to how difficult that can be.
Look, it's cool. There's management and there's governance. So when you're a small business, you're usually both the management, whether you're we love in our culture to throw around the word CEOs, chief executive officer. That's actually a big title. If you're a small business, you're a small business, and you might have a small team, and you are both, the founder, the director, the general everything. If the toilet's got to get cleaned, you clean it. And we've been there with our business. I've done it myself. I'm placing orders every day. Like we're in the trenches with this. When you reach a certain scale, your composition might change. So you have management and you have governance. You have ownership and you have management. And those aren't always the same. So the team were managing the business day to day, but as the person that has bought the business and put the money up to do so, I was in a position to basically post buying the business so we've owned the business basically since like July. Is to be the governance, which means to work with the team, to advise, to steer, because at the end of the day, each payment that's made is not from the company account. It's coming from my capital under management. So I'm moving money that I'm responsible for, or my personal capital, to pay for certain decisions. So certain things need to be paid for, and there's then a process where certain decisions up to a big threshold, tens of thousands of pounds, that's your call to make. There's certain big calls to make that becomes our call to make, and transparently, certain calls to make that are my calls to make, and that's my calls to make because I'm accountable. I'm putting up the bread, and I'm not just putting up my bread. I'm putting up people that trust and believe in all of us bread, and they're not going to hold your trouser if something goes wrong. They're going to hold my trouser, because I went to them and said, as you said, you wouldn't put your money up. It was 2 million in the hole. I've convinced them that we can turn this around from -2M to something that we can all be proud of. So that's how it ran. I left them to run it day to day primarily, and I would check in and make sure that we can align to make things happen. And then, as I said, there were certain decisions made that just didn't align to really and truly what we agreed in the original stipulations. And so when it became clear that decision-making framework wouldn't work moving forward, they decided, I think, that they wanted to do things their way, and that's their right.
Okay, so speak to the future of Plantmade. Obviously
the most exciting part.
Exactly.
So
what have you got coming up, or you want to tell us about?
Look, I think the most exciting bit is the foundation of the product. Everything begins with the product, right? And as I said, there is a phenomenal product range that is transformative for people. So nothing has changed from the formulation. You guys said you met Joyce. Joyce is the same. You met Joyce. Joyce is the same person that dropped your parcel and package today. Our manufacturing and production team is the exact same people. Nothing has changed in terms of the formulation. If anything, we've just sourced higher quality versions of the ingredients. So same supply, but there's different levels of concentration, pureness, right? So we have the capital to be able to buy the purest grade of the same ingredients to make it even better, but with the exact same formulation. So from a product formulations perspective, it's the same people, it's the same black women who are right. I mean, everyone in our production team is a black woman, bar one, and everybody in our production team is an immigrant. And I think that's something that I'm really proud of, is like, we are all an immigrant success story here. So that's that foundation, is amazing products. Those will never change, our foundational units. And there's some exciting new product development that's coming on the way, both in hair care, which is our staple, that's what we're known for, hair and beard care, body care, and then also some new product categories that you might not have seen us explore, but anything that is to do with holistic wellness, being naturally rooted from the source as God intended, that's good for you, that you can trust. I've been playing with this phrase where it's like, look good, feel good, and do good, in the sense that, our products allow you to look and feel good and have confidence, but also you can trust that you are doing good for the planet, and also now moving forward, which I'm really excited, is doing good for our community. So Plantmade historically has an amazing platform. We have hundreds of thousands of people in our community, and that hasn't been leveraged to advocate for causes that are important to us. So we've already partnered on a school here, which is amazing. And there's a bunch of philanthropic things that I'm really excited for us to do moving forward that you'll see as this podcast drops, because that's always been central to who I am and what I stand for and why I do business. Like, it's more blessed to give than to receive. So I'm really excited to see our planting seeds program, which is what, you know, the philanthropic part of the business is moving forward, allowing us to plant seeds in our community.
Plant good seeds.
Yeah, plant good seeds, exactly.
Seeds, yeah.
So our planting seeds program is amazing to see. We're going to touch all parts of the diaspora globally. So, you know, we're black owned and we still are, and we're proud. We serve communities around the world who are not just look like us, but I think it's important for us to plant seeds in the roots that we come from. So primarily in Africa, the Caribbean, and in the USA, and then obviously at home here. And then beyond that, you know, we've got an exciting brand identity coming out. It should be out by the time this podcast launches. Amazing new brand identity. Our first editorial campaign. So really being able to tell the story of what Plantmade has always been, like its essence, the spirit of the brand that lives on and continues. So the same roots, and I think that's something that like was really important to me in the statement, that it's like it's the same roots, but a new rhythm and new fruit that everyone can share in. And yeah, I think the last thing is just being able to be pioneering. I think, you know, one of the parts of the messaging that was lost is humbly a 26-year-old black man with a team of black women lawyers, and we also have two of our lawyers are black women. One of our lawyers is a young black man. Our financial advisors, our accountants are all black. An all black team of young people, an investor base that is 80-90% black people, all in the UK, have come together to do an acquisition of a business. That's historic. We don't have investment firms in the venture capital or private equity space that look like us. There are a handful of amazing ones that I have a lot of love and respect for. But in the private equity space, which, you know, is an industry that so many of us are not aware of, but has generated so many amazing, you know, black wealth. The first black man to run $1 billion business in the USA, Reginald Lewis, did it, you know, through buyouts. Robert F. Smith, who is after Dangote, I believe is the richest black man in the world, you know, has done it in private equity. You know, we have made history in terms of, I don't think there's ever been a private equity transaction like this that's been done in the black community by someone so young. And actually, again, I'm throwing the hat out. I don't even think in any community in Britain, I don't know any young white or Chinese or Asian private equity firms that are run by people in their mid-20s. So we've already made history with the transaction. And, you know, a transaction is a one-time event. What we now have is an obligation to build something. And so I think it's just being able to watch, you know, to have the community watch us build something great here, and to build something that we can all be proud of, and continue to be proud of. And that hopefully continues to make history in terms of where we can take a community brand and a consumer brand from you know, the southeast of the UK to the continent of Africa, to the USA and to the globe, and hopefully to eventually have a business that has hit some milestones that have never been achieved before. And that's what drives me. And then again, as I said, to have everybody win as part of it. You know, the story started in a way where as with partnership, unfortunately it didn't unfold the way we wanted to, but being able to partner with our creators, partner with our employees as partners. And so one of the things that I'm instituting is our buy-in program. So if you are a content creator that partners with us, if you're an employee, even if I'm happy to do it with customers, there might be some legal ramifications that I've got to work with the Financial Conduct Authority, but crowdfunds happen all the time. And I think that's a dope story. Like, the first investment I ever made in my first year of uni was in Monzo. Monzo was doing a crowdfund, and I think I put like the last £500 I had in that Monzo crowdfund, and if and when Monzo IPOs, I'm gonna make a strong return on that. And that like changed 18-year-old me's mind, where like I don't have to have a massive amount of money to participate in this game of capitalism that's been difficult. Key. And so with Plantmade, you know, being able to have like the Plantmade partner program that's launching, where, you know, if we have a sponsorship deal, you can take that in cash, but you can also decide, I want to use that to buy in and be an owner, to allow our customers to also, you know, at a certain threshold, if we can get my lawyers to clear it, our employees also will become partners in the business after a stake of time to working. So you know, currently it's my business. Currently it's my business 100%.
So you can do what you want.
So it allows me it allows me to do things that have never been done, and I don't know of any other brand, at least in Britain, that can say, if you do a brand deal for us, you can genuinely be an owner in Plantmade. If you're a loyal customer and you want to, you know, own a piece of the thing that you use every day, you can be an owner. Our employees have kept this business alive through incredibly tough times, through times where they weren't paid, through times where, and we've made them whole. We've made them whole. Everybody's paid up post-acquisition. But, you know, to be able to say, I want to pioneer a new way of doing business, and to have this platform that I was not expecting to have. But I think the upside of all of the controversy and different narratives is that it gives me a space to be visible, even though I didn't expect it or want it. And with that platform is to do something that is different. And that means, you know, if you contribute to Plantmade meaningfully, you get to share in that upside and to introduce people to the idea of equity and how ownership can change your lives. And I think the thing that I can't wait for, you know, by God's grace, if we get to those milestones and an exit, or to the time where we can pay dividends, is to see, you know, some of our production workers who, you know, are in their 60s and still working, and to be able to see like Auntie's piece of this. She got a cash out from that. Not just her salary, but she got a piece. And to know what that feels like. So for me, that's what we can see from Plantmade, is not just planting, continuing the great seeds that have been planted and by the founding team, but also to pioneer new pathways forward. And you know, some people will love it, some people might not. It might not be their cup of tea, but we're gonna do it our way, and we haven't lost so far. So
was it difficult to keep the staff happy, because you've acquired a company that was a family-owned company that had staff who would be loyal to the founders? So was it difficult? Like, how was that? How was the next morning? How was lead that?
Yeah, true. There is always a next day, innit?
How was that conversation? That like, did anyone would? And you had to do some redundancies, or
no? So the most difficult part of the business has been that element for me. Just because, as I said, like, it's been a family business. Aside from the management team, you know, there are other family members that have worked in the business, etc., and wanting to be respectful and be like, yo, like, this is not personal in any way. This isn't even how I planned it to pan out. It's how it transpired. But I think the thing that has, as I said, there's been the most amazing thing about the business is the people. So I have had no problems at all with loyalty with the people. You know, I asked them, I was like, why the heck are you still following me? You don't know me from Adam. But they were like, look, like, Plantmade has been in the trenches for 2 years. Like, we've had 2 years of difficulty, times we haven't been paid, times we're not, and they kept grafting in the trenches because they believed in the business. And Plantmade has gone from being the founder's vision to belonging to the team, to belonging to the community. And I think that goes back to like everybody caring. It's amazing to me. So I don't need to like motivate the team, be like,
they feel this.
If anything, if I'm tired, I'm like, they're the ones that show up and keep going. So I've amazingly haven't had any problems with my team. My team are the reason that I do this, and the people that we serve every day with our products. The difficulty has just been any conversations navigating the difficulty. And weirdly, like, when I had the conversation, I had mad anxiety letting them know, like, somehow I've ended up being the guy that's running this day to day, and we're gonna figure out how we're gonna keep this together and keep this company alive. You guys don't need to worry about your jobs, and everybody's like, okay. Auntie says, a luta continua. Like, there's one Auntie Charity, I love her. She says, a luta continua, the struggle continues, and we just keep going. But yeah, I mean, in terms of the team, like, obviously, there are changes that happen with the team. We've retained the vast majority of the workforce. We've also grown the team. And anyone
you have to if you're doing next day orders.
And any transitions have just been in functions where we didn't need that many people. Like, there's certain functions where you don't need 7 people doing a job, but that 5 people could do it. And that's how we ended up.
Naturally,
so, of course. And there was always a review process of like, this is fully transparent. this is the performance. When we came into the business, we had a conversation.
That's tough.
No, I came into the business on day one. I said, if everybody that wants a job here has a job here, we all have to earn our jobs every day.
Yeah.
I have to earn my job every day. If I'm not doing my job, if I'm not hitting payroll, you lot are gonna stone me. If payroll is one day late, I know my WhatsApp is going off.
Yeah.
And it's the same. I don't know anybody from anywhere. We have the opportunity to show each other what we can do here.
Yeah.
And if you're earning the right and adding value, you're here. If your performance review was poor beforehand and your performance review hasn't changed, and that's the reality of the business. But as I said, the core majority of the team, like 90% of the team plus is the same, and we've added new members of the team and we're growing, and it's measured growth. So as the opportunity expands, but I didn't buy this to stay small. I came here to say, let's show ourselves what we can do as a community, and the sky's the limit.
Yeah, I think it's great that it's still alive, because it's something that I can say, matters to a lot of people, especially people that are, going through whatever journeys they're going through with their hair, and now if you're going into wellness, who knows how much people you're going to be serving. This was really important. This is very, very important to cover, because it also allows either clearing of a narrative, or at least people to have clarity and closure of not only who owns the business, but that the business is going forward. It is still black owned. You still got the same people that are within the team. If not, it's growing. And I'm sure you wouldn't be surprised by how much people will be like, okay, cool, I'll still buy from Plantmade now. Do you know what I mean? Because I wasn't sure until we met and I understood. Because I was like, who the hell was running? Obviously, man's out there chasing the bread and all that. I'm like, he's got the bread.
He's got our money, bro.
He's got the money. Bro, when I heard it went to administrators and I found out what that meant, I was like, oh.
Bro, even me, I lost my, I told you, I made a loan to the business. So I didn't see the bread that I put into the old company either. So it's also interesting for people to use. It's like, I invested in the old company with full conviction of wanting to see it win and succeed.
Yeah.
In the same way that you did, and I mean, like, you guys are at liberty to speak about your experience, but for us, it was a situation of, we have the blessing to move forward and see what we can do together moving forward. So that's it. So I appreciate you sharing that, because it takes a lot, but it's key, and hopefully there's a lot to learn about. Just whether it be running business or transparency. Because I'll be honest, I'll be completely honest. I wouldn't have minded if it was just like put out there that, the business hasn't gone too well, everything hasn't gone to plan, and unfortunately the business has gone to the administrators. We were completely blindsided. Do you know what I mean? We just found out through someone was in the car, one of our virgins in the car, and he was like, bruv, didn't you know that X, Y? I said, what? What does that mean for me? I said, what? What does that even mean? Then I was like, oh, who owns it? And they're like, hey, if we go to administrators, that man don't owe you nothing, I said, swear down. So I'm there looking for Tony. Tony don't owe me nothing. Do you get what I'm saying? But in general, it's been a learning experience for everyone, whether you're owed money, whether you are owing money, how people take out loans, debt, management, funds, running a business. Like, there's a lot to it. And of course, you're being very respectful as well, because I'm sure there's a lot of personal things that probably happened. But I think there's a lot of gems to take from it. And I'm glad that in the end, it's still here. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean? That's key. Sure. That is very, very key. And it's not no random person that's not from the community that is running it.
I think that's the biggest thing for me.
That's big, yeah.
It's like, to see it's all black owned, and even the team behind the team is like, this is sick still.
And it goes back to that, is like, we talk about wealth in the community and whatnot, and I know that, for some people it's heartbreaking, because it's like that was a vehicle they created. But I think the exciting thing that we have is, like, people start businesses all the time, and the opportunity we have here is to build something that we all win from, which is where the partnership part comes in. And also, just to let guys know that, like, the mysterious supervillain, that the bogeyman that everybody was making TikToks about, is actually just one youth from East London. Like, somehow found himself here. Trying to do a good deed and
Yeah.
Find yourself on Shade Borough.
That's happening.
Yeah, man. I'm sure we could make something shake. If they come to the table, we'll figure something out.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think it's a privilege. There's pressure.
Was your
with it.
name given to the streets?
Do you know what? It was in the Times article,
That nobody read.
which
not the
nobody
streets.
read.
Yeah,
So
the
it wasn't in the
streets didn't
street.
read
That's not the street.
Because it's a young LinkedIn, it would have had you, innit?
Yeah, that's how Temi found me.
Yeah, bro. I was serious
That's why
about that
you
bread.
guys, I was like, you guys are doing TikToks and you haven't done your due diligence.
That was crazy. I don't own bread. Let me find out his full name
His
and
full
find
God.
that nigga right there. What?
I mean, the best I could do for you is buy you dinner. Like,
Hey,
I got that
The
for
thing
you.
is, I even
I'm
forgot
playing.
about it.
Yeah.
Personally, I forgot about it because we was after it at one point.
Yeah. They just
And then something was said about how it's gonna be handled. So I was like, oh, cool, it's handled then.
Yeah.
And then come to find out it's not handled.
Yeah.
I thought it was handled.
Yeah.
What happened with the handling of it?
That's a big. That's our
But then I
CFO.
also, yeah, but then,
So I just sort of assumed that, okay, yeah, you're handling it.
so then,
He's been sending emails.
Jesus.
but then I also just let it go because, like Dennis
target.
said, it was like they gave us our long-term campaign
Yeah.
with good money and
Yeah.
a good
100%.
like structure to the
100% for them,
campaign.
yeah.
So I was like, yeah, they did right by me.
Yeah. 100%.
If they're going through something, we're a community, we're a black community. Oh, you're
100%.
going through something. Oh, cool, forget it,
Yeah.
isn't it?
And also, people,
whatever.
there's white businesses that have owed us money.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
to
That
this
have owed us
day.
money to this day.
To this
Oh,
day.
You get what
I'm
I'm
not
saying?
letting that one go.
Oh, no,
And that
let
one's
it go.
even way less.
That
I'm not
one-
letting it go.
yeah, that one's not letting go.
you'll
so
pay up.
I would always want people to understand, like
Business is
it's
business.
free smoke for everyone.
Equal opportunity.
Equal opportunity.
No, but that's the thing, it
We had
really
grace.
isn't, though,
We
because
definitely had
take
grace.
care- we
There
take
was
care of our own
no.
more.
Yeah, we definitely haven't been like gang. Even this in itself, like we wanted to make sure this is super respectful and is looking forward. But there's 100% people are being owed by mad huge businesses that are billions up, hundreds of millions up, and you can't even speak to the finance team because they're airing you. Do you know what I mean? So I understand them. Shout out to Moya because Moya was talking about all that stuff, like getting the CEO and messaging his wife like, yo, we need that bread.
But because it was the members, like you said, that them statements is available online. It was the members that found it and they sent it to us. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
Oh, that's how much they owe us. Yeah,
But you know what's so funny?
it was handled.
What's funny is I know I'm good at what I do because what was on the balance sheet is exactly what I had on my
Yeah,
side
yeah.
as what we're owed. I said, that's good. I was doing my job. There's no
Hey,
discrepancies.
Temi might be my CFO moving
He's good still. He's doing
Oh
a
my
good
God.
job for us.
Yeah. But yeah, that's great.
I love that you said that. I think that's the power of ownership and something that we don't get to do much, which is to say, okay, when we are in a position that we can allow our people to do X, Y, Z.
Give some
And
grace.
I'm so glad that like, the platform has been, Plantmade as a platform has been a conduit for you guys as a platform.
Yeah.
And that's something that we
Big
can
time.
continue to be for other smaller platforms coming up, other emerging talents, other emerging creators, which we'll see come in. And platforms like this as well, for as long as people want to partner with us and they're comfortable with me and the caliber of person I am and like the relationship that we've built in a short time, then that's that. But that doesn't happen if you're not the person that gets to control the allocation of budget. And I think that's why Culture Capital is cool. Culture Capital is the ability to say we do amazing things with the culture. We dictate what's relevant. We dictate what's hot. We dictate what people buy, whether it be through sport, media like this, through entertainment, through fashion. But for the longest time, we haven't built and owned brands around that. And we haven't been the decision makers. We've been reliant on a brand partnership and sponsorship, or can I get a grant or funding here? And it's like, no, like we can own things that allow us to speak with bass in our voice and that our children can inherit. And I think that's the really exciting thing, not just about Plantmade, but as a case study in our portfolio, but actually like Culture Capital exists to say that like we can be in our community and build things and preserve things, which is what has happened in this case. And so it just decided to show the world that that's what's going to keep coming.
I could never be mad at Ama and the team
No,
because, like,
never.
that was a black woman doing business.
Yeah,
and,
100%.
You know, she was cool
Served
with
us,
us.
helped us.
I think because what I was gonna ask earlier, like way at the beginning of the story, was like I can't remember how you was mentioning it, but it was like my question would have been along the lines of, do struggling, I don't know if that's how it's going to be at the time, but like now it's where we're at in the convo. Do struggling black businesses find it difficult to ask for help? You know, is that something you've experienced or noticed? Or are they just late with their transparency and communication of I'm going through something? Is there shame in it? From a black business that I can't let, like let's say like with marriages, no one wants to let the world know that their marriage is struggling. Is that in business too? You don't want to let the people them know that you're struggling. So you kind of like it's till the wheels fall off until
I think that's a plague.
No more.
I don't even think that's a plague just within the black community. I think that's in all communities. Shame is always something that you're kind of running away from.
I don't know, but let me interject because I remember I was watching a Dame Dash joint, and he was
My
talking
son
about
has cookies.
he was doing one with Breakfast Club, and he was talking about Donald Trump's gone into administration bare times.
Yeah.
So that's
there are some
file for bankruptcy and just
that's even a strategy in itself. I'm bankrupt. I ain't got it. That's even a knowledge thing.
I was gonna say I think it's the shame. I also think there's a thing of going back to scarcity. You know, and we're going somewhere with it.
That's what I'm saying. Learning opportunity.
You know, you man are professors at Cambridge now.
That's it. Hey, we got it there. You know, you see that award right there in the middle. That's from your people. King's College. We went there, picked up our award.
But yeah, like through the scarcity of success, like then you want to hold on to the allure of success. Even if things become tough, it's like also the pressure of I've become a symbol to the community, I've become hope for people, and you don't want to lose that. And I think that's also a part of the story is that like the story of Plantmade has been so inspiring for so many people that I feel like people mourned. I was looking at this and I felt like I could do it too because of what this business has achieved and the founders have achieved. And now that it's not that, like I feel like maybe my route out is not what I thought it could be. So I think there's definitely a pressure with being a visible person in the community and feeling like you have to maintain that position or image of success. And then I think, it's just like good advice is, first of all, good advice is expensive. Good advice is expensive. We don't often know where to go for it. And then just to the point of failure, like as you said, like it's part of the game. It's a part of the game. And one of my mentors, as I said, with the first business that I raised money for, I transitioned out of, as I said, I pulled my parachute before they pushed me out. You know, I don't even know if they would push me out, but I just thought it was time to pull the parachute. The point is that I was talking to a couple of mentors about it because I felt so much shame myself for the longest time. I felt like, I'm meant to be the self-appointed golden boy. Like I've been Cambridge ACS, all of these things, the articles. I'm trying to inspire my people. I'm trying to put I've come back. I've raised money. I've shown people you can change, and I'm not doing it anymore. I still have the equity. But I'm not the CEO anymore. Like, how does that feel? Who am I without that? And what it was like, he's a black man that sold a business. Black British man who sold a business for just under £1 billion. I won't say his name, but he's an amazing entrepreneur. And he said something to me. He's like failure is feedback. And he said failure is feedback. And there was another really amazing music and entertainment entrepreneur who said the very similar thing. It was like think of it as a Rubik's Cube. Like you're moving the Rubik's Cube and like one side didn't work or two sides didn't work, but actually you've got most of the colors on the other side. And it's take the failure as feedback. And in so many other communities, they have that parachute, they have that safety net where they can fail and go again. And the same way I said scarcity wrong the first time and I corrected it, it's about, okay, cool, this is feedback as to how there were certain things here that meant that this business wasn't managed to the best that it could be at the end. And it is now a transition for us to see if we can do it right and to earn the trust of the community. And the time will tell. But for the foundations that have been laid, it's like we have the opportunity to go again. And that's what I'd love for everybody in our community is to not take a loss and lie down. Like this isn't like, this is my catchphrase. I don't die here. Like when I saw the Shade Bar comments, I was like, but like I don't die here. This is I'm gonna keep working and turn it profitable, and it's been profitable in less than 6 months.
When you own the building, they can't
take you out. So it's the same way. I think for everybody, the learning lesson I think is like failure is feedback, and it's to go back to the drawing board and to say, how do we go again better, and to always go again. And that's what I want for my people, is to have the opportunity to go again.
Yeah.
That so many other communities get, but we don't tend to because we don't have that safety net.
Yeah.
So I think that is the struggle, is because there's this stigma with failure, and if you keep failing, at some point you gotta succeed. But like, especially when you're young and you have so many odds stacked against us, it's to keep going and to find another route forward with that feedback and to apply it until you get to victory.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what you guys both do, you know, with Plantmade, or even what, you know, Ama and the rest of the team kind of do.
And this is just the first business, man. This is what we do for a living. We buy, we invest, we build. This is one amazing portfolio company, but like, we do this on all continents of the world in every asset class. So this is one play that I'm so excited to give, you know, my all to building. But, you know, we're showing with Culture Capital, with Crown Holdings, my investment vehicles, that we can play the game of capitalism at the highest level globally, and we can give back from day one. You know, we're not waiting to be billionaires. We're waiting whilst we're, you know, deploying hundreds of thousands, and we're giving hundreds of thousands at the same time. We're building schools, we're building water projects around the world, you know, so that's the thing, is to show that we can do this at the highest level.
Dope, man.
Amazing.
Dope.
Talking of victory, where's our leader? This
Let's
one.
see how smart this guy is.
Oh,
This is fresh. Obviously, Sierra's here from last year.
26 is insane.
We had Judge, she ended up with 4. So you're going to be here for a couple weeks.
Right.
Yeah.
As you can see, it's 2026, it's a new year. So you know the
Let
deal.
me switch my brain on.
Yeah, you got 4 lifelines. You got skip, you don't lose a point. Ask a 90s baby, you know how that one goes. Multiple choice, so you can get 4 possible answers. Hopefully you pick the right one. And change the question. So if you're struggling, you get a brand new question, you won't lose a point. For every question you do get wrong, you do lose a point. For every question you get right, you lose a point. And you start with 10 points. Final question's worth 10 points. You ready? Okay, question 1. What plant is known for trapping insects inside?
Venus flytrap.
Correct. Okay. Who is Spider-Man's greatest op?
Oh,
The greatest op.
there's a couple.
Which one is that? Well, who's that main op?
I'm gonna pass it to you.
You can't
No,
pass
you
it.
can't pass it to him. But I'm gonna think
Venom?
before.
Venom?
You
Yeah, Venom.
No.
Damn.
I gave you a chance. I didn't take it at first. Green Gob.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it
I was
must be
gonna say,
Green Gob,
Shambolic error from me.
I was
Green
gonna
Goblin.
say Green
yeah,
Goblin.
Shambolic error from me.
yeah.
You should get this one. Who painted the Mona Lisa?
Leonardo da Vinci.
Cool. You back up to 11.
Let's go.
All right.
To 10.
Spell catheter.
Ooh.
Catheter or capita?
Catheter, like as in you had
Yeah,
a
like the
catheter in
catheter
your
thing.
Okay.
like, arm and
It's gonna be wrong because if it was self-explanatory, you wouldn't say it. But Catheter.
Correct.
Oh, fair.
Correct.
I thought there was a trick there.
Yeah, it kind of is. I was thinking, is it going to be like
yeah,
catheter or
yeah,
catheter? But yeah.
catheter.
In what year was the University of Cambridge founded?
Ooh, 1250.
1209.
Ah, close.
I would have given you a
1200s.
Yeah,
we
we
can run it
give
as
you like
1200. 1200 half point. He said, nah. High standard.
Too far off.
nah, a bit too far off. Okay. Which?
Sierra got 26. God,
Yeah.
No, you can still get close.
Yeah. Okay. Which fame? Let me go with this one. What is the name of Wiz Khalifa's crew that he used to call his crew?
I know this, T.
I
know it.
this.
Yeah. I know it as well. If you want to use the 90s.
Yeah,
baby.
let's use a 90s baby there.
Taylor Gang.
Yeah.
Is that what you were thinking?
I can't be involved anymore.
Yeah.
Oh.
Are you using that?
Yeah, I'm using it.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Seems to take the fall. On to Dennis.
Well, we really go back to 2016 on that one.
You know?
Yeah.
Taylor Gang.
Taylor, yeah.
All right, cool. My first question is, what is the Spanish word for money?
Oh, guap.
Incorrect. Why are you rushing?
Yeah. Payola or
Oh, wait, peso.
No.
Nah, that's
That's
the
currency.
yeah. I almost said that, but I thought
I don't French, not Spanish, to be fair.
De Niro.
It's De Niro.
Is that De
De
Niro?
Niro.
Oh, I love that lyric too. Jay-Z loves to put a De Niro in a rap lyric.
Yeah, De
I thought that was
Niro.
Italian.
Nah,
Yeah,
De
well,
That's
Niro.
what I thought. To be
Yeah,
fair.
let's get back to this, De Niro.
But I think it's
Yeah.
because Robert De Niro
Yeah.
is Italian. Actually, is he Italian?
Yeah, he is.
Okay.
Found out
Robert
he's
Robert
Spanish.
Money, yeah?
Huh?
That's a cold name.
Robert Money.
Yeah,
Robert
that's
Money,
cool.
bro. Bob Money. All right, cool.
Bob Marley,
Question
Bob Money.
2. The Oracle of Omaha.
Oh yeah, Warren Buffett.
Okay, correct.
I know that one. My God, just
I was
retired.
gonna say it's the nickname to describe which investor, but yes, Warren Buffett.
Warren E. Buffett.
And then my third question is, which US rapper was an early investor in Uber?
Nas.
Incorrect.
Nas is definitely on the cap table of Uber.
He is, but I said the
Early
early
investor.
But if he's
But how do we
you didn't
define
say
early?
Earliest.
How do we? You didn't say earliest.
First.
Man, getting you the early S.
If he's in there, he's in there.
Early
when you
S.
type which US
Jay-Z
rapper
and Beyonce.
is Jay-Z?
I was gonna say it's Jay-Z.
Okay, but
now,
if
but-
he's
Ah,
early,
yeah, Nas was definitely.
he's early.
Can we? I back
I
myself
mean,
to
when
AI.
you say, I'll Google it as well. Which US rapper was an early investor in Uber? Top answer is Jay-Z.
Fair? I'll take the.
Where does Nas fall?
I'll take that L. Yeah.
Where?
How early is
Nocturno!
What's mine
His
say?
Google's always different.
Why is his Google so
I swear
different,
his
Samar?
They're
Google's
both
always
investing.
different.
Yeah.
Because it says at the bottom Nas
Yeah.
is involved.
But Nas with his-
is like, it's
Yeah.
Jay-Z.
It's a bit technical.
Yeah, Nas with his Queensbridge partner. Nas is arguably the foremost US rapper in the venture capital game. Coinbase, Lyft, Uber.
Oh, yeah,
When
yeah.
you think about who really brought the culture into investing in that way, Nas is, in my opinion, the.
Yeah, he's been very on the forefront.
Thank you. I said that.
It's not clear. Jay-Z was around 2011. Rapper Nas invests through Creambridge,
Yeah,
invested in
Queensbridge
Lyft,
Partners.
Lyft, not Uber.
11.
Okay.
Yeah, investors in both.
You
6,
know
7.
what? It's six.
Six,
I
seven.
don't know. We're going off the internet.
But on the technicality, you said early, not earliest.
Yeah.
I will give you that.
Thank you.
I
Yeah.
will give you
I'm a
that.
fight for every point.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
So was that
yeah.
your final one?
That was my final.
Okay, so you
Wow.
got 13. You can either end up with 3 points.
Or 23.
So this is the point in which you pick which door of question you want to go through.
No,
Mine,
I can't because if I lose, I'm go down to beneath 4, and that's.
it's crazy.
Ah.
Beneath 4 isn't even good.
Yeah,
You're
I'm
only
away.
here because we haven't had enough people here. But
So mine is in the Jacksons.
Oh Lord.
mine is in. I got a few. Mine is in rap.
Okay. The
Uh,
Jacksons is in Michael Jackson and his siblings. Okay.
Okay. I can be nice, but I won't be.
That fair?
he got you on the technicality
Yeah,
already.
I already know. Man's coming like a Moroccan ref.
I'm the Guardian rep, actually. But yes, I'm going to go finance.
Ooh.
So you still have changed the question, so you could pick
Yeah,
anyone. If
yeah,
you don't
that's
like
a
it,
good
you
lifeline.
change.
Okay,
Yeah?
calm. I'm gonna start with finance. If I don't like, I'm gonna go to rap.
You can also skip. So if you skip, you end up 13.
Yeah, because when you skip,
Yeah.
you don't lose any points.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
not. That's not. I mean, let me not put it up, but that's not like me. I like to bet on myself. But let's go.
Yeah, we'll judge how you
pick
run
finance.
the
Okay.
company based off
Okay.
this.
Okay. What financial services company is the largest issuer of credit cards in the US?
Ooh, the US.
If I skip, no. If I go to him,
You can't come
You
back.
can't
I can't come back.
Nope. Nope. You got multiple choice though.
Oh, yes, you do.
You got
But the multiple choice will be bait though.
Yeah, well, do you
Where
have
do
an
you wanna
inkling
be?
or do you not?
If I hit all of them, I don't like it. Can I just skip and charge it, or do I have to skip at the start of the round?
No,
You
but
can use
then
all the
but
lifelines as you
Then
please.
you won't have multiple choice on one
Yeah.
of the other questions, so you have to think
But this is my bonus one, right? This is the one for 10 points.
This is the one for 10. So if you think you know this one, and if you hear it, you'll ding ding ding.
With the way you've done it, it's only the options are going to be Visa, MasterCard, Amex, except like the processors, and I don't know if it's Visa or MasterCard, so I'm not even trying to take that bet.
Cambridge.
Damn.
We've been there before.
I said my whole choice.
No, strategically, even that. The game theory. There's only the three options are bait. It could be Visa or MasterCard. It could even be I could. Yeah, I'm not
He saw his options immediately.
So you want to switch?
Yeah,
People have asked multiple choice on dated questions before. I wouldn't even say don't do it.
Yeah, I'm not gambling on that one. I'm not gambling.
They think different. They think different
on that one.
Which one? You coming to me for rap
Let's
music?
hear that.
Yeah?
Let's hear that.
Okay.
Please, God.
Meek Mill.
Yes.
You got me through second year.
Yeah. Me and Dreams and Nightmares. Me and DC3. All right. If I get it wrong, it's embarrassing now. But
Right. Meek Mill had an album after he came out of jail in 2018.
amazing.
What is the name of that album?
Championships.
Correct.
Yeah. Wow. Me and Respect the Game. Yeah. Me and Respect the Game.
Good album.
You see, owners
Yeah,
know Meek
we
Mill.
Yeah. It goes back to what I said. It goes back to what I said about partners. If you don't feed your bulls, they're gonna put you on the menu. Respect the game. Yeah. We had a championship. Cold championship.
Good album.
That's a brilliant album.
Well done.
I don't mind. Respect to Russ. I don't mind being.
Yeah. Second to
Right under Sierra ain't a problem.
Yeah.
I'll take that. It would even feel wrong to surpass our GOAT.
She's the only one that survived last year.
Yeah. Honestly, that's
I'll
a
take
strong
that.
score.
I'll take
Do
23.
you want to take a guess?
Like Jordan. 23 like Jordan. I'll take
Oh
that.
yeah, that's a good
Yeah.
number.
Yeah,
Do you
not
want
bad.
to take a guess to the answer to my question?
MasterCard?
Incorrect.
Yeah.
Well done, you switched.
Yeah.
Was it Visa?
Visa.
Yeah. Visa must be. Visa must be.
There's no MasterCards, man.
Yeah.
Championships.
Yeah.
Banger.
Yeah.
Funny enough, my other question was gonna be name 4 companies Nas has invested in.
Oh, I could have done that in my
Yeah, but
sleep.
because you started
would've been
listing
easy,
them,
yeah.
That's why I said I could be nice, but nah.
Yeah. That would've been
I'm curious,
too
what was your Jackson one?
Just to name the Jackson 5.
Oh, yeah. No.
Nah.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Tino,
Jermaine, Tito,
Michael himself.
Michael,
Yeah.
There's no.
George.
That George.
Man
is
said
crazy.
George.
I don't know.
I used to know this, but yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
T.O. Jermaine, Michael. Oh yeah, those are the two that I don't ever know.
Marlon, Randy,
I was
Jackie.
going to say Marvin.
Oh, Randy.
Yeah.
There was apparently.
As in Randy from like American Idol.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Hold on, Randy isn't a Jackson.
Randy Jackson.
He's not part of the. Maybe there's another
Maybe
Randy
there's
Jackson.
another-
Yeah.
Right, so he was on percussion from 75 to 2001.
Fair.
Yeah, Marlon Jackson.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, Marlon.
But they might have swapped out. Let me see what this
it might
Randy
have
I
been
feel
a-
like they
might have been
added a
substitution.
drummer, bro.
Yeah, it might be a
Because
substitution.
I don't remember a drummer being
Yeah,
there.
backup.
Yeah, but
because
that-
then you
is
had
that
you had
Jackson
you had
five?
Johnny, who said he's a
Johnny
member,
Jackson.
and Jonathan.
Oh, so we
They're
even said
making
Johnny.
this shit up.
You don't think there was more? No, Jonathan's not a Jackson actually. But obviously, like, you didn't really know about what was the sister?
Janet.
Janet.
No, the other sister.
Oh,
See,
Latoya.
see,
No,
Latoya.
but that's not
Yeah.
Latoya.
You know Latoya.
Yeah.
Like, but there was other siblings, no? Then just
No, there was, but it wasn't
Then ju-
Randy.
there was- did they have more than
How
seven?
many youths do they want to have?
They have there's definitely more than seven.
Jackson 5.
I
man.
think.
I need
Where
to
did
see
you get
which
the answers,
Randy
bro?
is, bro.
How many Jacksons?
the Randy.
Did you just write down the ones that you know? Jackson 5.
Randy-
baby.
Yeah, they
Because
had
Randy is
had
the
9
Jackson.
children plus a twin brother.
Wow.
No, but
Brandon,
part of
who
the
passed at
Jackson
birth.
5 though.
Yeah.
The Jackson 5 is a different question though. Okay, but it does say Randy.
Yeah. Randy's
That's a
there.
Randy.
I've
I
seen his
never
face
knew.
now.
That's free.
1, 2, 3,
Can't lie, now you've
4.
got me singing.
Wait, hold
Yeah,
on.
there are
1,
9
2, 3,
famous
4,
siblings:
5.
Rebby, Jackie, T.O., Jermaine, Latoya, Marlon, Michael, Randy, and Janet.
Fair.
You know what
From
it
Joe
is?
and Catherine
What?
Jackson.
Basically,
Fair.
the Jackson 5 is obviously a band, but we just see it as the ones that were singing.
Yeah.
But the 5, Randy wasn't the 5 singing.
He was on percussion.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So he's part of
so
it,
there's
but,
like 6 or 7 of them really. Maybe,
right? But it's Michael, T.O., Jermaine, Jackie, and Marlon.
Who were on
Who were-
vocals.
yeah.
That makes
But-
sense.
Are they all part of it though?
No, they're all part of it.
But
It's
they-
just
they-
when we think
There's
of
a
5.
picture of all
Yeah,
of them.
he said, I'm
Yeah,
putting
yeah,
all
yeah.
of you to work.
No, facts. Yeah, that's
Just called the
interesting.
Jackson 5.
Yeah, the Jackson 5 band.
Yeah, and like the Jackson 8 doesn't have the same ring to it.
Nah. Even sounds irresponsible. 8 children, what's wrong with you? When will you stop?
You know?
Anything, well, I guess you've already said what's to come, but any sort of message you want to leave, even if it's just advice for young investors, young people building business, anything you want to leave with us or leave with the audience?
Yeah, I'd say it's to keep taking challenges on, to keep pushing yourself at every level, not just in business. I think going back to my beginnings and wanting to aspire to go to a school that I probably shouldn't have been in, but I was like, I feel like I could belong there and I want to take the chance and roll the dice to see if I could be there. It's the same with so many amazing young people, looking to access spaces, whether it be universities or apprenticeships or first-time jobs that they didn't think they were qualified for. It's picking a challenge that, stretches you to go beyond. And then the same in business. Business is going to test you every day, every single day. But being able to take that challenge as an exciting opportunity to grow and to contribute and to add value to your community, as opposed to something to be afraid of. And so I think the thing I want to leave is like, never be afraid to aspire, because if you have faith and you put in the works by God's grace, there's nothing that you can't achieve. So I would say, my contribution wouldn't be to run away from challenge. It would be to step up and take the risk to push yourself further and to inspire other people in the process. So that's my Nobel Prize speech.
Amen. Amen. Said very well. We hope Plantmade continues to see success within the community.
We hope to work again.
Yeah, for sure. And
got to fill in my patches.
VP said equity.
yeah.
I heard it. I was like,
You
don't even know.
This is it. Other than that, the theory, bro.
Nah, he's baby crazy, man.
Cool.